Good day, evening, whatever it is, folks. It's a beautiful weekend, and we are here to have fun. Now, jokes aside, we're here to see the second part of the Atoraxxion. Now, I'd like you to understand right away that Atoraxxion is a movie that is missing its last chapter, but it's okay. We will enjoy what Pearl Abyss has given and what Pearl Abyss has taken as well.
And let's hope Pearl Abyss shall not rework it.
No. Well, if they keep changing things, they willeth.
You will it rework.
They will rework it. So, to put in context, the second biome of Atoraxxion is called
Sycrakea.
Sycrakea. Okay, not the Sycrakea ruins, it's Sycrakea. Okay.
A reference to Sycrakea.
A reference to Sycrakea. That is not the same, okay, because as we've seen in the last episode, Vahmalkea takes from Histria ruins and some
Ackman, yeah, the desert
and
ruins
the desert in general. Well, Sycrakea will take from
Sycrakea.
Exactly. I bet they thought it was very clever what they did with the names.
Okay. And what did we find out in Vahmalkea, Sweetsy?
Ezra is bad.
Okay, we entered. Okay, why are you playing the sage?
Because it's fun. And also
That's a lie.
And also because it has special interactions. Theoretically, even if we didn't get that much.
Yeah, not yet. There are, because I know. But not yet. There will be a specific part in Yolunakea for sure. I don't remember another part, but about Yolunakea I am sure, 100%.
Yeah, I was just a bit disappointed because in Vahmalkea you get to see the Atoraxxion biome that worked and created the machines that are the most powerful and everything, and no special interactions. Like, it's okay.
Okay, and who are the architects? Because was built Atoraxxion and Sweetsy, who are the architects?
The architects, we don't know yet. And we never really seen them, okay. Vaha...
I mean, it's in the name of the 4 biomes.
Okay, I know Vaha...
Vahmalkea.
Vaha. Yeah.
Sycrakea.
I don't know, I know it's
Syca.
Okay, Syca.
Yolunakea.
Yolu.
Orzekea.
Orze.
Written O-R-Z-E, but it's pronounced
okay.
Orzi.
So, but what I said was actually right, because we haven't physically met them. We know their story, we will see their story and more of their personality. But can you truly say that you know someone if all you've seen are images on Instagram of them? Huh?
They got mentioned. That was my point.
Okay, but yes. Okay, so we do know them, but we don't know them. Okay, meaning as we haven't physically...
We didn't met them, we know their names.
Yes, which is a big... like, it's a big object, my god. It's a big goal of Atoraxxion. They tease that there are these architects with their own personas and personalities and their backstory and what had happened from the construction of Atoraxxion to the fall of Atoraxxion and after. And it is hinted that we could potentially meet them. In fact, if you remember that thing that we call Yaz, God forbid my soul that I actually enjoy a story because of her, we actually know that technically they are alive, although Yaz suspects that Ilezra has kidnapped or killed Vaha for some reason. Like
all of them. They think they are like a full-on package altogether.
Okay, yeah, so to put it in perspective, the secret guards, as much as they try to sell them in Orzekea, not Orzekea, my bad, Ulukita, my bad,
Okay.
brain fart, they're actually quite a useless bunch. Meaning, like, this is why I want you guys to understand and focus on what's happening here, okay? Because you already saw what they did in the last stream, Basically, we have to pay for their inn stay. They both disappeared. They basically almost started an apocalypse. They got stuck in Vahmalkea. And Yaz basically came and cried to us like the mosquito during a summer night when you're trying to sleep. And that's all they did, okay? This is what's pissing me off as well, is that this is one of the moments where you actually get to interact more with the Secret Guard, but they're very useless. And in Olokita, they come back like they're basically the main character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, no, okay? You don't tell me that you have all that time, energy, and power, and those headquarters. Watch our Olokita stream in case you know what I'm talking about. And then you act like this. This is a bunch of vagabonds. This is like when you go to San Francisco and you see a guy dressed up as Michael Jackson and he gives you some heroin and takes you on like a 2-hour night trip and you're like, Mom, I met Michael Jackson. It's like, honey, Michael Jackson's been dead since like 2006. I don't know who you saw, but was a Michael Jackson. You know? It's kind of like that. The point being, now we will see why I actually hate the Secret Guard so much throughout this story and the next one.
Because it's get better or worse, point of view.
Point of view. Alright. So, oh my god, I just had someone's crotch right in front of me. They really need to stop with these angles with the Black Spirit. I don't get it. Okay, can I change the Black Spirit's look? Of course I can change the Black Spirit's look. But
No, because you didn't do the quest with the Sage, I guess.
no,
You can have the cool version of the Black Spirit, and
I
you just
play the item.
need to get the item.
Yeah, but it's fine, I won't do that. Alright, so be careful when you have more more quests like me. You have to put on your reading glasses and scroll. There you go. Because as everything should be, when the quest name starts with A, you put it at the end, at the bottom of the list. Ugh, another letter from that soupy-doo Gura Eden. He says he wants to see us at Valley Lily Inn in Hyder. He adds he's grateful we saved his companions and that he has some information to share regarding Sycrakea.
Because when we finished Vahmalkea, the portal for Sycrakea opened.
If he's so grateful, why is he giving us more orders and not here groveling on his knees in person? Even still, we need all the information that we can get on Sycrakea. Fine, guess we have no choice. Let's go see what he's dying to tell us. Not much, actually. So, oh, wait. Now we have to ask Lowen again, because I don't know, just kind of they pay this random guy.
But because he's one of the innkeepers, and we don't know where they are exactly, so we have to ask where we can find them in this huge 3 floors inn.
Also, we know where they are because we went to pick up their items in the last questline, so this bit makes no sense. Because in the last questline you have to go to the top to take the diary, so you know where they're situated, and you pay for them.
But because it's supposedly quite some time passed.
Actually, no. We know that less than a year passes the entire questline.
Yeah, I know, but just because you go to to stay in a hotel doesn't mean that you are going to stay at the same room.
I mean, we paid for it, so why wouldn't they stay, huh?
Because they are not good. We paid for the past stay, not for the future stay.
I mean, at this point, you know, we are the patrons of these guys, apparently. But yes, we'll talk with Lowen. Let's see.
Hi, weren't you here some time back? Oh yeah, it's you. Good to see you again. I heard what you did for the chairwoman. Taking care of that debt that ditzy Shy had stacked up. The chairwoman weren't half relieved when that was settled. Was that? Here to meet someone again, are you? Well then how about I take care of that for you, for old time's sake.
And this is a reference to how everything started last time. By the way, is it just me or he has like a piece of... oh no, okay, it's a carved cup. It seems like a log in his...
Yeah, you're gonna have to speak up a bit. Can't hear a word you're saying. Who are you looking for? Let's see. Edan, was it? Aha! Must be that bloke on the 3rd floor. Paid a whole purse of silver up front to rent the entire floor, he did. He's good for it. In case you're worried you've got to bail him out too. I mean, I don't think he'd ask. And then you are Yaz's generous rich mate, so who knows? Go on, off you trot. They've been nattering away all day. So who knows what they're plotting this time?
So here, like, the players started swearing because, like, I'm not going to pay again.
Yeah, and
Lo and behold.
and they kind of forgot to up the volume of the people talking here, because technically in this situation it's supposed to be very rowdy and busy, the inn. That's why he's like, why speak up, we don't understand. But I guess we get Mountain and Winter Song, just pretty chill and barely any whispers.
You're here. What took you so long? I thought maybe you'd ventured off to Sycrakea by yourself.
I wish.
Is that any way to speak to the person who saved your life? It was you, after all, who rushed in without giving any thought for the consequences.
Yeah, Marta.
And have
Yeah.
you also forgotten that you were almost trapped for all eternity by the White Witch's malicious ruse? You have at least my
Tapped.
sincere thanks for bringing everyone back safely. I've given them all a stern word never to act so recklessly again. They should cause you no further trouble from here on out.
What? What right have you to say that? You just sat there twiddling your thumbs. And did you even think of taking credit for this?
Ah, will you both pipe down? Such a stubborn pair. How long are you going to keep bickering for? Ugh, I'm this close to bashing your heads together and tossing you both into the Oyun statue fountain. We still have no idea what the White Witch is playing at. So unless you really want to see me lose my temper, I suggest we start this meeting now.
The Oyun statue fountain is the one you can find in the middle of the main square of Idel.
Also, you can see how sorry they are for the whole situation.
Is there ever a time that mouth of yours isn't flapping? Oh, just pretend you didn't hear that. Jeez, Luffy, calm down. You're such an old
Calm
crow.
down.
Without further ado, I shall begin my report regarding Atoraxxion Vahmalkea, the last stronghold of the ancients. Ready, Luffy? Eden? We haven't much time, so I can't repeat myself. So be sure to get this all down accurately for the Society of Equilibrium.
Which is the
Alright.
society to which the secret guards refer. We found their main quarter in Ulukita, and we don't know why Eden went from being, as a character, a cool adventurer to a stupid motherfucker, basically.
Too much steroids. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay in school.
You've already forgotten I'm only explaining this once. No? Then put a sock in it and listen.
And here's again why I hate this questline. You just get insulted left and right. Construction.
No, she's telling this to Eden.
I agree that she's saying this to Eden, but one of the issues in Black Desert is that they don't really explain who's talking to who, what's happening. Someone who just reads this, like if you escape and you talk with the character and this is said to you, you'll automatically interpret that it's talking about you. Because if you do this, look, if you go away, talk with her,
Already forgotten I'm
like,
only
tell me that it
explaining
doesn't
this
feel like
once.
she's talking to you.
No? Then put a
Yeah, I
sock in
know,
it
but
and
it has to
listen.
be read in the economy of the quest, and since until 1 second ago she was talking to Eden.
Yeah.
Could be better, I agree, but like
It's tough love. It's because I want to see it succeed, you understand? Like, because
of
it's as I
course.
said, it's a beautiful story that can be very interesting, but it's the pacing that pisses me off mostly. Let's see, chapter 1.
Rux Maha Dehkia, a figure
The
of
sage.
the ancient civilization of Kabua. During the fruitful age of Agris, he was an astrologer who foresaw the coming of the Dark Invaders. Not one to succumb to the norms of society, he was the architect responsible for the construction of the Stronghold, Atoraxxion. To prepare for the final day of battle that would occur 49 years later, he sealed himself in Atoraxxion and left behind a replica Dehkia. He also took 4 war orphans as his disciples, his Dehkimas, and tasked them with the completion of Atoraxxion.
children, by the
Dehkimas
way.
built 4 biomes, inspired by the diverse environments they encountered around the world. They came to be known as Vahmalkea, Sycrakea, Yolunakea, and Orzekea. Atoraxxion is quite unlike the other ruins we've discovered so far. The entrance, or Talibray's door, that we discovered in the ancient stone chamber.
The door that you were first to discover, Martha, much to my amazement.
Quite. But
Same.
as I was saying, the first biome we
It
discovered
was shade.
recently, Vahmalkea, is still very much functional and is still carrying out its intended role of guarding against black spirits, as our companion here can attest.
Okay.
Because Vahmalkea uses the black spirit the black energy containing the black spirits to function, and that's why when we technically it was during the Sage Awakening, Vahmalkea was open, unsealed, and the whole Atoraxxion was unsealed. However, the moment we stepped foot in, it technically awaken the part of Vahmalkea, because here it seems that it given for granted that the whole Atoraxxion works using the black energy, but it's more complex than this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you already forgotten? I'm only explaining.
Hey,
the
chapter
fonts
2.
Sealed shut without any external stimulation for many years. The Stronghold was finally awakened by none other than Ilezra, the same witch responsible for the 3 days of darkness that descended over
It was the
Medina.
Sage.
Well, technically speaking, we awoke it, but only because Ilezra was manipulating us.
The Stronghold was awakened. That seems quite a strange phrase to use. You speak as if the Stronghold is alive and breathing. What am I missing here? And what do you mean, we awoke it? Oh, Martha, what exactly happened in that Stronghold?
Eden, that's what she's trying to do. Honestly, you're as dense as a stoneback crab. Stop interrupting every few seconds. You weren't there to see it for yourself, so of course it all sounds strange. But I tell you this, there was nothing ancient about that place. It was all so advanced. Devices were decked throughout the Stronghold to detect the Dark Invaders' wavelengths, and when it did, it sprang back to life.
Based on Vaha's records that Yaz found, and the words of that witch Ilezra, Atoraxxion must first be awakened to raise the heart of Atomagia from its slumber. And that could only occur with the death of Lucretia, the ancient weapon who stood guard over the cradle of Vahmalkea.
And Lucretia was only able to awaken due to the detection of the Dark Invaders. That is to say, the Black Spirit.
And here's why I hate the Secret Guards, because essentially them rushing in like two idiots and calling us in for help because Yaz was worried is what kickstarted Atoraxxion. And this is only true if you didn't play as the Sage, but we just ignore that part of the Sage.
Yeah, the whole point is that, of course, they don't know what happened in Invitation from I, and apparently we don't want to tell them. Because we actually first discovered about Atoraxxion, mainly if you are a Sage, during Invitation from I. And if you're a Sage, even before, because in theory, the order would be doing your Succession Awakening, so technically unsealing Atoraxxion, because you have to decide if you want back the memories from the cave where the cautions of Rux was kept, or if you want to throw them away and begin anew as a new person. And technically, this is what kickstarts Atoraxxion, because this is the first event in the timeline. Then you have Invitation from I, and you can read that what's written on the rocks, in the ruins you find following the invitation from Ilezra is Atoraxxion. You are as far as we know, because this quest can be played only once per family, so we don't know if also the scholar, being an archaeologist, can read the ancient text, but the ancient text you find at the end of Invitation from I is a word, and it is Atoraxxion. So technically, it's the Sage awakening, the unsealing Atoraxxion, and then us entering, awakening the whole system with the black energy, because we will find out what was the original source of power in Atoraxxion that was removed.
Yeah, and also what I'm saying is that because we are the ones who have awakened Lucretia, which only awakened because we went in with the Black Spirit, this could have been all avoided had they just not went in. This is why I'm saying, like, I really hate the secret guards here because they are not only useless, because if they're side characters to just laugh at, it's fine, right? No. They're the ones who push this whole thing into motion.
Because the idea is that Ilesra lied to us since she said, oh, look, I'm in Atoraxxion. I'm going to awaken the 100,000 Ators kept in it, and I'm going to release them into the world. So we keep chasing her, and we find out that actually she needed us to keep opening the portals to reach the heart of Atoraxxion, the heart of Vahmalkea, that allows you to awaken the 100,000 of Ators.
Yep.
Have you already forgotten? I'm only.
They should really
once.
stop. Okay.
Which means the witch didn't wish to sacrifice her own black spirit to awaken Atoraxxion.
She didn't have it.
So
She doesn't have it, yeah.
us in her place instead.
Oh, you're such a dolt. Now do you finally get it? From the very beginning, her target has only ever been the heart of Vahmalkea. And yet, we ourselves have discovered nothing new in regards to the heart.
Yes,
All
we did.
know is that the heart is the true strength of this stronghold. If Vaha and Dehkia's recordings are anything to go by, and the ancient text we found that read, "Save me, get me out," and I'm waiting. We thought to find traces of the architects from within the stronghold, yet there still seems to be no trace of them whatsoever. My current speculation is that Ilesra may have kidnapped them and is planning who knows what.
That's
I never bought it.
Yeah. Also the thing you're like, oh, Ilesra didn't want to use her Black Spirit. It's like, you can't really choose if you want to use her Black Spirit or not, because the moment you enter, it scans and figures out if you have a Black Spirit or not. How did they miss this?
And we know that Ilesra doesn't have a Black Spirit. Because we know, of course, that she absorbed even more than one Black Spirit at the end of the introduction. And we know that she used them to cause the 3 days of darkness. And in fact, when she entered, she was scanned, just like us, and didn't have any Black Spirit.
Yeah.
And when Lucretia was toppled, it was only then that Vaha's paradise was opened. And Yaz found the door to Sycrakea.
Yaz?
Who knows
Really?
what awaits us there?
I see. Well, thanks for explaining that in a manner even I could understand. But Martha, there is one thing. It does seem that Yaz was right after all, and that you haven't actually done anything important, right?
Why, I never! Were you not listening? And weren't you the one to compliment me on discovering Telibre's door in the first place? It was all thanks to yours truly that we were even able to set foot inside those vast ruins. Are you trying to pick a fight? And what about you? What have you contributed? Another word from you and I'll lose it.
Come to think about it, there's no sign of Yaz around. Yay!
Yeah, there's something we are thinking.
Yeah. Martha and Eden look like their fight might last for a while. They might turn into some passionate lovemaking. So let's ask Laffy if he knows about Yaz's current whereabouts.
Do we really want to know?
No, we don't, but I guess we're forced to.
The wee child left for the Western Guard camp to find more information regarding Sycrakea. You're probably wondering what the blazes the Western Guard camp has to do with Sycrakea, eh?
By the way, we child who probably has more than 20 years, because we know that he has been in the Secret Guards for 10 years at least.
Yeah, Yaz is that. Don't worry, bro, she's 200 years old. Sort of
I
situation.
asked why she was going, and she just said she'd remembered something important. Despite her abysmal attention span, the lass does have a good memory, I'll grant her that. Do you not remember who rules over that camp? No, not Cliff. Princess Jarrett. Lord Domangot's youngest nipper. During the Great Expedition, Jarrett sent her soldiers to Aquila's Eye, and they've apparently sent back an incredible volume of texts. Now, you might think I'm pulling your leg here, but these resources contain an abundance of never-before-seen characters written in the ancient tongue. Hardly the profitable finds her ladyship was expecting. She saw fit to just toss them in some forgotten corner to gather dust. Now Yaz, bless her, caught wind of this from someplace or other and pestered me for silver, so she might go there herself. Wouldn't stop until I finally coughed up. Saying she could figure this all out herself, she darted away like a choppy. I thought this must be my lucky day, so waved her off myself. It's such a rarity to see the child so focused and fixated on something. Seeing how she's yet to return, she must be really absorbed in her work.
And here we have to go say hi to Yaz in the Western Guard camp. We're just yelling.
I almost fell, so... You know how the female character are.
Alright, so here again, like... Yaz technically is supposed to be a shy, not a child.
Yeah, she's a shy. I guess that Luffy calls her child because of how he sees her. Like, he's a dwarf, so probably he's very old, so probably everyone compared to him looks like a child, you know. And also because Yaz doesn't matter the age, acts like a child.
Yeah. So... As you can see, like, the Secret Guard unfortunately don't have a good recollection of the events happening in Vahmalkea. And that's something that you need to take into consideration when you listen to this questline. You get to see an interpretation of characters that is completely wrong. Like, it does have some elements that are there, that are right, like Vaha, Architect, Rux Maha Dehkia, Ilezra, but everything else was basically wrong, which is incredible. Like...
Yeah, because they are trying to sell you theories. It's not wrong, those are theories, but they are not very plausible, let's say.
Yeah. Also, I love how they put the Great Expedition, but it's not considered the main quest line. It's something that happens on the side.
And in fact, you can do it only once per family.
Yeah, and we did it. And there's no mention of the books, but okay, we'll take it.
I knew it! My suspicions were correct! Look here, these are all related to Sycrakea. You're probably wondering how I remembered all these, right? You know how, don't you? Come on, say it! Who's the cutest little genius you know?
By the way, the sage and the scholar in theory should be able to read it.
Yeah.
There isn't a single piece of text that I, the Great Yaz, cannot decipher.
Okay. Also, whatever.
This is the undecipherable collection of time underwater. The resources salvaged from Sycrakea and Aquila. At the time, I had no idea what this Sycrakea character meant. But now we know, don't we? It's the name of Atoraxxion's second biome.
The undecipherable collection of time underwater acquired from Aquila Eye and the Sycrakea region. Remember, Sycrakea is a cave filled with monsters that want to snap you in half. There's no way to put those books, honey. Alright? There's no library, there's nothing. Just pain and suffering. Okay, I read them.
Vaha, before he left, Master would often heap praises upon your many blueprints. He might have trusted you, but I did not. Did he truly think these weapons would be enough to repel the enemies of the unknown? And so, in Sycrakea, I shall dwell and grow, and prove to you that your fantasies are no more than mere delusions, and prove also that this place which is colder, darker and more desolate than any other is the optimal environment in which to engage the Dark Invaders.
Vaha? The same Vaha who constructed Vahmalkea? I don't remember there being much mention of Syca in Vaha's records. But reading this, it's clear that Syca was envious of Vaha. Shall we read more? Oh, there should be another drawing here. Looks like it was erased though. What a shame.
Yeah. The 4 biomes should represent 4 environmental situation described by Rux Maha Dehkia as the hot, the cold, the humid, and the dry. And you would think, well, Vahmalkea is inspired by the desert, and the Sycrakea is inspired by the sea. So, chances are, what's drier than the desert and wetter than the sea? Apparently, Yolunakea and Orzekea, because technically Vahmalkea is the hot and Sycrakea is the cold.
Again, doesn't make much sense. Probably they wanted to do a Mountain of the Eternal Winter biome, but forgot. Because you can't tell me the humid and tell me that the sea is not humid. It's what? You can get more humid than that.
You can get drier than the desert. Yeah, technically you do the first 2 biomes and you already did both the hot and dry with the desert and the cold and humid with the sea, because not only is humid being the sea, it's also cold because it's the deep abyss of the sea, because Sycrakea is sort of like Atlantis and lies on the bed of the sea, on the floor, the sea floor.
The incredible cold bed of the sea, where you have volcanoes with lava mixing with water. Extremely cold, mind you.
Well, technically, yes, the deep sea is one of the coldest things existing. And in Sycrakea, there are no volcanic zones.
Yeah, let's continue reading for some...
Deep in pitch black darkness, I wait patiently, holding my breath. I grind my teeth to stifle the screams coming from my body. Then slowly, very slowly, I plunge myself headfirst into a realm of utter darkness, one from whence I shall never return. Yes, that's it. That one is the answer. That one shall be the last weapon to protect my abyss.
Last weapon? Is this something like Lucretia? Oh no! Just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. But
Because
you're
it's
off to a
cold.
good start now, right? Not like Vahmalkea with us having to rush in blindly because of Martha. Come on, you know you want to say it. Who's the cutest little genius you know? Hey, cat got your tongue? Now, let's try this again. Who's the cutest little genius you know?
Is she talking with Eden again? Oh, here is a... Yes!
Good! I thereby now promote you to the position of Yaz's assistant. I think
No.
we've spent enough time going over these dusty old tomes. You ready?
Imagine having a berserker saying this.
It's finally time for my faithful assistant to enter the ancient stone chamber. Now we shall finally set off to Sycrakea. There isn't a single piece of text that I, the Great Yaz, cannot decipher. Whatever it is that Elezra is plotting next, we'd better find out quick. We don't have time to dawdle. Oh, I'm going to look over these records a little more before I join you, especially these parts that mention Yolu. But don't worry, I'm sure my talented assistant can handle it alone without little old Yaz's help, right? I believe in you.
Remember? Yeah, we don't have to rush in.
I think I saw Yolunakea mentioned in Vaha's record. Could this be about that?
No, it's the third architect.
We are like the thing is that we know that all the biomes are mentioned and all the architects are mentioned in Vaha's record, because Vaha, quoting Vaha quoting Dehkia mention all of them. So we know their names, we know the names of the biomes. And actually, the person who was mentioned the most by Vaha wasn't Yolu, was Orz. So we know that Rux adopted 2 boys and 2 girls. The boys are Vaha and Syca, and the girls are Yolu and Orz. And technically, they became architects while being young teenagers, like before puberty, and they worked during their puberty, because when they come back to show their biomes, we are not sure if they were already finished or in construction, but they became they went to puberty because they could barely recognize each other. You Gucci?
Yeah. So here's why, for example, one of the things is that it's not, I don't consider them to be very like accurate with their things, is that they are the ones that read the records, the Vahmalkea records. So we know that he talks about Sycrakea, Syca, Yolunakea, and so on. It's not like that is the first time we hear about them.
Can you unmount the N?
Yeah.
It's stuck. You need to unmount the...
Well,
Don't your things come out? Your...
boys, we're back. Sorry, technical difficulties. Chips in the keyboard in case you see a button flying around.
Okay.
Right, let's see.
Detecting overseer of Vahmalkea's permissions. Activating Talibre's door. Entry permissions detected. You may now teleport to Sycrakea. Talibre's door fully activated. Ending guidance.
Teleport?
And we select the triangle, the second one. As you can see, Orzekea is still unavailable. Because we still need to receive that part of that biome, that part of Atoraxxion. And we'll have to do solo entry for the quest.
Yeah, and you don't get any rewards because fuck you. Finally. Aren't you Oh? Bro,
Because we are teleporting technically.
aren't you excited, part?
A bit buggy this part.
Oh.
I didn't want to read anyway.
Oh,
Because I'm worried.
look. Even if we enter the solo bit. Wait, you don't see me?
I
Oh.
see you. I see you. I see you.
But we're it's... I'm jumping.
I don't know what to tell you, Boo Boo.
Are you a ghost? You're a fucking ghost, aren't you? Get out! Well... Anyway,
Summon the black spirit.
the black spirit. Hey, hey, finally! Aren't you excited, partner? You better hold on to your hat, because this won't be like Vahmalkea. There'll be no stumbling around in the dark where we're going. Let's head off to Sycrakea, the second biome of the last stronghold of the ancients, Atoraxxion. It
Why
feels...
this accent?
I don't know. It just came. Move to Sycrakea with Vahmalkea in the ancient stone chamber. Oh, you have to interact with this. Then don't listen to what they say. Atoraxxion, Sycrakea, the Dark Invaders shall never evade the eyes of the abyss. Okay. Whatever you say.
The second part of the Stronghold, technically, because the Stronghold is Atoraxxion.
Hey, hey! Let them come. We're ready for them. Don't seem to be that different from Vahmalkea. This is the Black Spirit throwing shade at the developers. See, there are structures over there that are similar to those we found in Vahmalkea. Shall we go take a look and see what kind of records remain?
This is also a reference to what we are going to find soon about how Sycrakea was built.
Yep.
Unable to gauge Dark Invaders' wavelength, varying coefficient.
Examine.
No saved memory shard detected. Memory shard deactivated. Architect of Sycrakea, Syca. Overseer of Sycrakea. Unknown by the authority of the Architect of Sycrakea. Runemakier's self-defense measures maintaining idle status. By the authority of the Architect of Sycrakea. Dark Invaders influence detectors maintaining idle status. By the authority of the Architect of Sycrakea. Soulmakier's combat readiness maintaining idle status. Dehkia's absolute rule applied. Maintaining Sycrakea's combat weapons and self-defense measures. Unable to gauge Dark Invaders.
Can I speak too soon? Why is this so different from Vahmalkea? Wasn't this a stronghold to halt the advance of the Dark Invaders? It feels kinda closed off, don't you think? But even still, this was all under the authority of the Architect. Is this how the biomes Architect run the place? Why? Hey, I don't get this place at all. Oh no, that Yas brat has shown up. I guess she's not all talk after all. Okay, hello Yas.
To try to copy that which is mine is to simply make a paltry imitation. Oh, remember the records we read through Vahmalkea's Soul Magia? I wasn't sure who Vaha was speaking about at the time, but now I think I have an idea. It was none other than Syca, the architect of this very biome. In fact, Syca seemed to have left an unusual amount of his records in the outside world.
And not only there was a quote, but there was a whole thread mocking someone imitating and failing in doing so.
Yeah.
It's really dark here. Vahmalkea was much brighter, wasn't it?
I'm looking at your screen and I don't see it. Even at mine, when it's supposedly more proper with very high graphics and not remastered and things like that, it's still very light.
I have the light on me, my love. That's why it's not dark on my thingy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to see anything.
No, yeah. But me, I don't. So like, look how light it is. Pillar of Moonlight.
But why do so many of his records exist outside the Stronghold? Maybe he left them there purposely for someone to find. I was but forever trapped as second best in that place. And yet, I was the first to have my eyes open to the truth. Whoa, what? words like these should be safe for one's diary. This truth he mentions, I wonder... Huh? What's that? Yeah, I suppose this is sort of Syca's diary, isn't it? Huh. Oh well. Hey, assistant! What's that pretty-looking pillar over there?
Yeah, of course. Let me go and find out.
Why are you looking at me like that? You said you would be my assistant. You should be honored.
Actually, we had no choice. Yolunakea. A tough vine is gently wrapped around a sphere that is giving up some warmth. It is absolutely mesmerizing to look at. Reminds you of anything? No? Go watch our streams. A spherical object made of an unknown material is covered by deep green vines.
Wow, so pretty. This place seems so dark and wet, so I figured it'd be scarier than Vahmalkea. But seeing this really lightens the atmosphere. There wasn't anything like this in Vahmalkea. Looking at it closely, I gotta say that nothing else really stands out about it. Do you think the architect Syca made this out of boredom? Even still, the craftsmanship is just amazing.
Cameraman, don't get us
Wait, just a
arrested.
tick. There's writing scribbled here. A beautiful lightstone given to me by Yolu after she returned from Yolunakea. This once cold and dark space of mine has begun to shine thanks to this precious stone from Yolu. But due to this strange, awkward, and slightly embarrassing feeling I had, I couldn't force my lips to express words of gratitude, and instead just fidgeted with the stone before cutting off one of her vines and wrapping it around her gift. Huh? Lightstone? Did they use lightstones back then as well? Didn't they know how dangerous lightstones can be?
Because we learn how dangerous lightstone can be in Odilita.
Lightstones! We have been in real trouble without Syca's record.
Here, actually, Yaz should have been attracted to the light of the lightstone like a moth, because generally even the even the strongest warriors are struggling against it. In fact, you see it in Odilita, there's a lot of people being attracted to it, you know?
My theory is that in this case, the lightstone was sort of treated like changed a bit, worked on it, so it's not the same. Ilesra's note. Let me check. Best. No, I don't have it. Because like I never did the how it's called the knowledge run of Sycrakea or Vahmalkea, because I never had time. So one of the pillars at the beginning, you said.
Exchange damage at 12%. Repair procedures will not be attempted.
I mean, there's a lot of things. Yeah, nope. It's very funny that I see
Yeah, you see my character.
Lema's
but...
character when this is supposed to be a solo run.
Yeah, it's a bug.
Very scary bug, mind you. Okay, well I didn't find it, so no, we don't have it. But hey, if we find it, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Lightstones! We have been in real trouble without Syca's record.
I mean, there is knowledge about the aquatic plants here.
Ah, I took it.
Don't you
Okay.
remember the warning made by the Luthragon Elder back in Olun's Valley? It
Because
was
I
recorded in the
have,
crypt of the Resting Thoughts. The same crypt log he barely escaped from with his life.
Sycrakea. Like I have some things like Ilesra in the army.
Oh, it might be different in English though.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Is happiness, freedom,
Anyway,
Love
let's keep
and
going.
faith, sentiments which warm the heart. Without the light, one's will is lost. So treat the light with care, with her teachings and the divine tree, Kuteron's light. The Orzekea Lightstone was born. Once on their lands, the stone destroyed the will of the Olus, making them easier to control. Oh no! If these lightstones are scattered everywhere, this place could be even more dangerous than Vahmalkea. But it is pretty amazing that I can remember all this, isn't it? Further proof of my geniusness, as if that was ever needed. Is it me, or is it a bit warm in here? I feel like it ought to be colder. Huh, there's steam coming from the coral over there.
And here, you can see that Yaz apparently has her third eye unlocked, and she knows what happened in Odilita, even if we never really...
Assistant, why aren't you moving? It's your job to move. Now go and investigate that steaming coral. Move it!
It's referring to Eden
It's
as
because
well.
technically, for each adventure, the Society of Equilibrium, Secret Guards, and whatnot write down records so they can pass each other with knowledge.
Yep. So we have here in coral, you feel the scorching heat.
Ow! Hot! What was that? I almost burned! Can you see that rift on the floor? Something tells me we should tread with care.
Get it,
There's
tread?
lava flowing underneath here. Imagine if there were hot springs here. That'd melt the ice from our bodies. There! Let's take a look over there! Is that steam coming from the coral?
As you can see, I don't know sure about you, but this place is definitely not cold and dark.
No, it's actually very beautiful.
Yeah. The only difference between this and Sycrakea ruins is that there's not that beautiful technology, and you don't have the sun in the sky, you have water. You feel such bone-chilling coldness that you dare not place your hands any closer.
Yikes, that's cold! Ow, what was that? Almost gave me frostbite. Uh-oh. I might have yelled a little too loudly then. I think the ancient weapons may have detected us. Hey, assistant, why don't you go distract them for a while? I'll look for a thread that'll solve this all. You've got this.
That's how they... Wow. Okay. Oh, and just like that, the brat leaves us to tidy up her mess again. I guess we got no choice, but hey, partner, I've got a plan. How about we use those chilly ancient weapons to deal with the scorching hot rifts? So, that's your cue to get a move on. The biome is a big hodgepodge of unpredictability. It's also false, you can quite easily
And
put it.
let's remember that each biome is a representation of their architects.
So, the issue is that you could use the... There you go. You notice that now there's no more... There's no more hotness on the ground because I used the thingy. I used the ice monster to cool it. I become frozen.
happens.
Became frozen again.
Happens to the best of us.
Yes. What you saw the thing they were going for is like you're supposed to kill monsters in one area. Very cute concept. Not that greatly executed though.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, got my mana back up. Anyway, see, yes, did you finish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just messing around a bit, and here we have the first thread. Oh yes, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with the? Look at this.
I know.
What the heck, guys?
Seems I'm a natural when it comes to finding talented assistants. I knew you'd manage. But check out the even more amazing thing that I did. This Stronghold most definitely controls the temperatures of this biome. Well, shall we take a look-see at what it says? 9 sentences?
I can sum her up in 9 sentences. An
Oh, no.
envious gaze towards Master Dehkia. Empty eyes that looked at Orz in silence. Gentle lips that spoke to me with warmth. Meticulous hands that tended to her valley. Sore ankles from rushing round the gladios. A crooked spine after visiting Yolunakea. Nimble legs that could ascend to the crown of the moon. Hair that bore the tart fragrance of the sands. And only when she was talking to Baha, a voice that wouldn't stop trembling so. She who brought a ray of light to these dark depths. I wish to know all there is to know about her. I really, truly do.
Phew! And I thought only Vaha wrote such cryptic verses. What was going on in the heads of those architects? Well,
Puberty.
whatever it may be, he mentioned 9 sentences. And there's exactly 9 threads here. He said he wished to know everything about her. So maybe we just have to unravel all of them?
I gotta say, the guy was thinking with his second hand. If he's talking about lips, we want to talk about the ones up front, alright?
Quickly, assistant, think! What should we do?
I wish I could just like be a berserker so I can grab her and throw her off the goddamn cliff. Unfortunately. Okay, so where's this thing again?
So just to put it in perspective, we have the little hexahedron. And the idea, if you can show it.
A random piece is activated by interacting with the Stronghold, meaning that when you start a thingy, you interact with a piece of the thread and you change the state of the adjacent piles, turn on, turn off, and you must activate all 9 pieces of the thread. It's a slightly more complex because every time you turn one thread in the middle, those around will... There's a specific move set that the others will deactivate or activate as well. So the idea is to balance them out and activate all 9 of them.
Yeah, play a bit with it and then you'll understand how it works. It's similar to the concept of the Rubik Cube.
Yeah.
So, like, don't worry. The idea is that in order to activate all of them, you have to work on pillars that are not one next to the other.
Okay.
Quickly, assistant!
Oh no. Okay, so let's see. Stronghold.
Production ongoing. Power supply status satisfactory.
Actually, we're not sure why. I am one of the haters of the secret guards. I think if you take Atoraxxion and you remove all the secret guards, it just, or like any part of the main story, it just becomes better. Think about it. In Balanos, you don't care about them, and you just do your thing. Nothing changes. Okay? You he's telling you the history. Okay, well, you have a black spirit. He can tell the story to you. Come on.
And like they are so annoying because they change the personality of basically all of them and exaggerate the personality of some others. So Eden, from a capable adventurer that could help you, became totally stupid, and we don't understand why. Orwen kinda stayed the same, but because we don't see Orwen that much. But like there is this mechanics where she's flirting with Eden or something. Then we have Martha. The original concept of Martha was that she was kind of crushing on Eden, and now she is like this nerdy elf, like tsundere sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's always bickering with Luffy, and Yaz is this annoying child bossing around, and it's like, it's not funny. Like I'm not laughing. Like they should be like comedic relief, but they're not funny. They're just annoying. Mainly Yaz.
Yeah.
So I really hope they will start to. I think we won't see them that much in Orzekea, because already in Ulukita they tried to add Lando's brother, and another thing that didn't make sense, the chief of Davenkron, which like she's already dealing with a motherfucking dragon assaulting her lands. Why she would be around being a secret guard doesn't make sense. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, they would have to rework all of the secret guards to either make them useful. I understand what they're trying to do, but let's remember that at the core, Black Desert used to be a very dark fantasy. And if you look even at the thing of Balanos, it is still quite... They're trying to push that as well with the new reworked questline, because you don't have cutesy situations that are just funny. No, you have different, like, dark fantasy elements. You have messed up things happening. Think of the story of Grusha, where basically 3 out of 4 times he ends up dying or being excluded or, away from the girl he's crushing on. Think of
and even
all
in the good ending, he gives up because you find him in the square of Fidel saying that he gave up.
Yeah, the good ending of Grusha is that he gave up on adventuring, right? But that's what I'm saying, like, it's a dark fantasy, so keep it dark. Atoraxxion is kind of like Clown Fiesta.
No, but Atoraxxion per se, the story of Vaha, Syca, Yolu, and Orz is dark. Like, they were children who grew up, like, with the pressure of building the stronghold that should have saved the humanity. And we'll see in Yolunakea what actually happened.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you remove the secret guard, it's good.
Yeah.
It's this whole part. It's like, she reminds me of Velma right now. Like, oh, Jinkies, I lost my glasses. And she goes everywhere bending over. It's like, it's okay. Anyway, we skip it because
Disable burning rifts. Disable rift generating signal detector.
Okay. So now we solved it.
I knew it! And they thought they could best us. The conquerors of the merciless Vahmalkea biome. Assistant, it seems I've uncovered another record. I can't wait to read it. My heart's pounding.
He made us train separately in these biomes of extreme cold and heat, of extreme humidity and aridity, yet told us that a combined force was necessary to defend against threats in times of crisis and rebellion. Or so he said. Why did the Master also fail to mention the Gladios in his self-proclaimed decrees, held year after year without fail, and every year the same outcome, Urukios, that worthless weapon of Vaha's, being crowned a victor? It may be the strongest among us right now, but are we really to pin all our hopes on it alone?
See? He mentions Vaha again. Why did Syca hate Vaha so?
He said it. He was
It's-
envious.
Yeah, he definitely said it, guys. Like,
I don't remember Vaha mentioning much about Syca at all.
right?
In the end, Vaha is bound to fail, for he is a perfectionist to a fault. His brains may have earned him victory in the controlled environment of the Gladius, but in the coming war against the invaders, I'm certain events won't go according to his plan. The key to victory lies within the environment. Our weapons may rust and our bodies age, but even the Dark Invaders will be unable to withstand an environment that is indescribably harsh and barren.
Aha! So is that why the biome keeps switching from hot to cold? It seems Syca really loathed Vaha with all his heart. I think we've seen enough here. Let's move on to the next location. Assistant! To the caves!
Here's another thing.
What are you doing? Go stand at the front! Do your job and protect me!
Okay, and this is why I'm saying like it takes away from the experience, because look how beautiful the story is, and just have this girl like yapping and annoying you. The pillar built with Yolu's lightstone is lighting up the cave entrance. Look how much it's lighting it up. Look what I'm saying. Like,
Whoa! Check out the inside of this cave!
that's what she said.
Different from Vahmalkea.
Thank you for waiting for me, by the
I thought
way.
he was all doom and gloom, but it seems Syca had somewhat of a sensitive side to him too. Oh, I'm getting way off track. Ugh, need to stay focused. Even still, I wonder what inspired him to design a cave like this.
Apologies, didn't know you were I couldn't see where you were. Yeah. You know what kind of annoys me is that it's supposed to be the cold biome, and he's like, no, it's adaptive environment. It's cold and hot and underwater, and it's dark and it's light. It's like, Jesus Christ, no wonder you suck so much, man. Like, usually just stick to his biome. Also, another thing I didn't like about Atoraxxion, but this is just something personal to me, is that in Vahmalkea it's the best because it works. Like it detects your black spirit energy, absorbs it, and uses it to to work. And we'll see that this biome already doesn't work. It's like, really? The more like, technically it's supposed to be harder when it doesn't work. Like, it just.
I mean, what's harder to deal with, a code that works or a bugged code?
But yeah, but it just doesn't work. You just walk through technically.
No, because that's the issue. Is unpredictable because it doesn't work properly.
Yeah, this is the guy that basically said, no, this is not a bug. This is a feature. It's meant to work like this.
Never let them know your next move.
Yeah. Okay. The cave doesn't seem to be as dangerous on the inside as it is on the outside, but there might be a few traps waiting to surprise us, so keep your guard up. And here we see that the black spirit is kind of useless, so we just keep moving anyway. Let's see if there's any knowledge around here. Oh.
We have to...
Yes, investigate the
corals.
Yeah. Fun fact, these coral skins exist also around Okila's Eye, and you can gather them for iridescent corals. They give off the old hues of winter, spring, fall, and summer. Winter...
But because, like, look on my screen. Winter... was a winter, spring, fall. Okay, winter, fall, because you see you have the fall thingy. Spring and summer.
Yeah, I don't see spring though. I know because you're showing it to me, but I love that we both had the same thing. It's easy. Look, this is winter.
No, it's because I was reading.
Ah, okay. This is winter. This is fall because you see the orange and the red. Spring is somewhere, and this is summer.
You see, I think you see it better from outside because you can see all the types. Well, you don't have the lights, so of course you don't see shit.
I do see it better because I see these things. I was just miming the fact that instead of putting, you know, as it's written, it says winter, spring, fall, and summer, so it would be like winter, spring, fall, summer. They did this convoluted mess. Alright, let's see. Aging of the four
At first
seasons.
glance, you might think these coral are different, but they actually all share the same root. Winter, spring, summer, winter, spring,
Oh,
fall,
that's spring.
summer. Each one bears an individual significance as well.
See?
Some would say it lasts forever. Others simply wouldn't understand. Unrequited or strung out love, as they say. What? You think I just made that up? Orwin taught me that one actually. Said her granny told her that when she was younger.
Well, as a reminder, they're supposed to be heroes of this world, and they're all in their 20s and 30s.
No, Orwen I think is older.
Okay, we don't have to leak that now. Okay, so now we see it. Apparently, this which we thought was fall is this is spring somehow. I guess it's because of the plum. Looks like the plum trees when they bloom. So if you close your left eye and then you close your right eye and you look very carefully, you can interpret this message and
It's
see.
like insalata riccia.
Yeah, right.
Or like come si chiamano gli aceri? How is it called? The plant that where you have the leaf on the Canadian flag.
Maple syrup.
Maple. Yeah, maple.
Yeah, maple. I mean, I just maple syrup. Maple. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see the seasons now, but I was right. It is kind of messed up, but in a good way. Oh, the one trying to awaken Atoraxxion. Maybe this is the one he's talking about. Let's see. A fallen piece of Ilesra's record. If it yearns for a wave of Dark Invaders, well, I've got just the one in mind. When it arrives, the heart of Vahmalkea will begin to beat again. There's no need to sacrifice my black spirit after all.
But she got another one?
Ilesra. Whatever, man. Who gives a shit
Whatever.
anymore? Maybe just okay. Let's see. Let's go in order of the quest line. So
Yeah, the Frozen Ocean Tale.
trying to get to it. Should be here. Yes.
Yes.
Frozen Ocean. Oh, you see those things that are dropping the little spermazoids? This is called pollen, kinda something.
And you can find them in Protti Cave as well.
It is hard to say whenever the pollen is the color of the sky or the color of the waves. Hint, it's neither. It falls like snowflakes while giving off beautiful and tranquil color. Remember, pollen, plant sperm. Frozen Ocean Tale.
This is the first time I've seen it myself. That coral is caught up in quite the legend, I can tell you. What was it again? It grows where the colors of heaven and sea meet and can no longer be distinguishable. And so this very coral embodies the concept of unattainable love. After all, there's no way the heavens and seas can both be the same color, right? Well, hang on. Why is this here then?
They are not very fast, are they? Like, basically, Syca said, I hate Vaha, I have a crush on Yolu, and Yolu only sims on Vaha. Why is Syca mad?
These are architects, by the way. This is technically not their first rodeo. They are supposed to be one of the best group of archaeologists, not architects, man, archaeologists in the entire world. Because, you know, from the moment we start the game, Eden and the others are there working in the ancient stone chamber. You know, and Eden goes to all the stone chambers and excavation sites, kinda does a trip around the world. Right. Grave knowing flower. They say the coral, oh, like the guy in the walk, like coral. The coral grows only grows in graves. That was a tongue twister. But it bloomed in a stronghold where no one ever has set foot in. Well, actually, Lesra, us, and who knows how many others.
The architects, Rux Maha Dehkia.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Let's see. Coral of the Abyss.
This coral might look very pretty at first, but did you know it's called the Grave 9 flower? That's because they only grow in cold, desolate places like the insides of graves, where they're said to look upon you after even death. Some consider them romantic somehow. Others refer to them as the disturbing obsession.
Imagine being so obsessed with someone that even after they die, you turn yourself into a coral so you can...
Well, one might say that Syca was an undying romantic.
Heavenly Bouquet. The azure buds that appear to have been carefully placed individually, one by one, are simply dazzling. Okay, I can kind of see it with very high...
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't like playing with light. Because here, you see the blues and the little hues of yellow. There is only white.
I love you, and I think you're very right. However, due to my light dyschromia, I can't see shit if I don't put light on. And I can't literally... And you know how hard it is to orient myself. Imagine me having issues orienting myself without you, where I can't see shit because everything blends together because I can see the hue of colors.
Of course. This is why I'm saying, like, why I prefer playing without turning on the lights.
You can, so
Yeah.
go for it.
Coral of the Abyss.
Look at these azure buds. They're so
Azure.
pretty.
Azure.
I've seen lots of drawings of this coral in the libraries. Apparently, it's the most sought-after bouquet for making a confession to a lover. But in reality, it's unattainable. You see, it loses all of its light the moment you cut it from its roots.
I'm not an archaeologist, a botanist, I swear to God.
Yeah. Why
Then-
does she know all of this? She's not supposed to. I guess.
Now I'm going to smack against all the thing I can find just to check if there's any hidden knowledge, so I don't have to do the knowledge run.
Yeah. Also, again, very cringe on the fact of what we learned about Lesra. Quite sad.
But because probably they didn't change they didn't change the notes of Atoraxxion, because it's the issue of Black Desert. They keep changing idea on the story, and every time you should go and change every little detail.
Sad. It really is. Another pillar made with a lightstone gifted by Yolu silently stands guard by the entrance of the cave.
There's something about this cave. Is it me, or does this area look different to you? I have one notion why, and that's... Oh! Look here! She gifted a beautiful light for the pitch-black void of my sea. I too shall gift her a root of leisure for her dense valley. Yikes! My gut's never been wrong before when it comes to uneasy feelings. This was a special place Syca made for Yolu. Their master scorched the flesh from his bones in order to save the world, and his disciples just... Oh well. At least it's interesting to read about, right?
Oh, they were messing around kind of like you are doing now? Huh? Okay, this is the same thing as every other Yolun's Eye, so just skip it.
You want to read the next part? It's been a bit boring up until now, but this next segment looks different.
Boring. What?
Yeah, what?
Stern warning. All because Yolun's Eye was constructed with the Lightstone. He said we can't know the impact of bringing an unknown object into our biomes. He suggested I take a leaf from Vaha's book and spend my time focusing on building weapons to fend off the Dark Invaders. Vaha! It's always Vaha!
Blunders.
The name Vaha is once again uttered by those lips. The only thing that could soothe the violent storm raging inside me was Yolu's gift. When I look at the reshaped Lightstone, I feel at peace. Master calls this beguilement, but he knows nothing of my feelings.
Oh, poor Syca. It seems he was quite obsessed with this Lightstone. Do you think Yolu gave him the Lightstone because she knew of its power?
Yes.
If we ever get a chance to enter Yolunakea, I guess we'll be able to uncover the secret of Orzekea as well. Hey, assistant! There seems to be a new thread over there. Let's see now. If I move over here, then over there... That would do it. Yes! Now watch carefully. I'll hop to it while you keep those ancient weapons distracted.
Okay.
Yay.
Again, same thing as before. We go and defeat the...
The pieces.
not the pieces, but the... monster thingy.
Oh my god. Doing the whale with this class will be incredibly long.
With this class, it's gonna be alright. I feel like I'm Snoop Dogg, I swear to God. 'Cause I'm just chilling.
Yeah, with the sage it's quite easy, to be fair.
Yeah. There's a lot of damage. Like, I'm not even buffed up and And they finished.
What for you?
Yeah, these classes are not balanced, brothers. I don't know what they're smoking when they made them, but this thing is definitely not friendly. Like, they didn't even use my my foot buff or anything. With the foot buff, it should be even faster. And it's not like I played the sage. I don't even have the skill enchantments. Pew pew. Alright, did you finish?
I have Cartios.
Oh, it came all over you. Well, not like that. Like the monsters. The monsters came all over. You know what? Doesn't make it better.
Cartios chase me.
Yes, monster chase lemma. Monsters bad.
Okay. We can talk to Yaz.
Yeah. Make sure I don't get attacked by this.
Thanks to your distraction, I've managed to hop all the way here. Oh, are you upset I made you do all the hard work? But you're the assistant, and I'm the cute genius. We've got to maintain a status quo, so don't be mad. Shall we continue?
Yolu came to my biome one day after the conclusion of another Gladius. She told me that she had a gift for me. But she asked me to bring it back from the biome of thorns, where she'd left it. I'm pretty sure Yolu and Orz were never comfortable with each other. And yet, they seem to visit each other quite frequently these days. It's been like that ever since they visited those foggy, arid lands at the edge of the world.
Foggy, arid lands at the edge of the world. I wonder if he's speaking of Odilita. What do you think?
Oh, Delita? Oh, darling, I think that you might be absolutely fucking right.
Foggy, arid lands at the edge of the world. Modern-day Odilita. Could it have been called Orzekea back then?
Yes, that's why it's called Orzekea. Come on!
She told me a hurt ankle meant she couldn't retrieve it herself, and requested that I fetch her gift from the biome of thorns. My heart could never deny her requests, so I innocently agreed and headed towards Orz's biome. I didn't realize then that there would be so much waiting for me at the end of that.
Totally not manipulated.
It's written here,
Mm-hmm.
Orzekea. This arrow, huh? Is that another thread over there? I've never seen a thread like this before. Is it divided into 2 parts?
Yes, it is. Are we gonna do it? No, we're not.
Perfect. I'll keep watch here. You go and take a look at the thread over there.
And this, for example, you can't do it solo. You are forced to do it as a dungeon with other people, because you can't do it alone.
So you can imagine how happy people were when they had to do it and try to do it alone.
No, I mean, you can't get the knowledge. Like, you can finish the thing, but you can't.
The text we've seen with Yaz is the same text inscribed in Syca as I. And the connected slates bear the same ancient characters we saw in Vahmalkea. Exchange. Sycrakea is the first exchange. Ah, yes. The first market, what's it called? The first market exchange, just like the one the US had in 1929, when the whole world went to shit because they had the first market crash.
Unable to gauge Dark Invaders' wavelength, varying coefficient.
Whatever that means. Solo 4-star Stellagia. Feel a weak vibration running from your fingertips.
Unable to gauge
Flip, 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 flip. Hey, this thread is called Split Path for a valid reason. Huh? Why do you look so serious? Stop being so serious and unravel the thread. Ah, we'll never be split apart, so don't think about what this might mean. Hey, hey. Okay, hey, hey. Hey, hey, your mom.
main Stellagia.
Successfully activated thread.
Request to access hidden records. Confirming access permissions. Activating the exchange. Commencing
Stock exchange. There you go. That's the word I was missing to make the joke funny. It just came to me.
Vahmalkea to decipher. Do you wish to access other information?
Yes. No. Okay. I love that they ask us if we wish to access other information and we can't do anything. Did you finish it?
No. It got bugged.
Yeah, it's because you can't wait. You have to talk with him right away. It's the stupid thing about activating threads. You get like something like 20 to 30 seconds. So if you try to...
No, it's that this part didn't pop.
Also remember, if you skip threads, don't spend that much time reading them. Watch our videos instead and just skip through it because they might get bugged. When you activate the threads, it stays active for 20 to 30 seconds. So if you take your time reading, trying to understand what's happening, you're gonna have to redo the whole puzzle. Let's go with yes.
The moment I entered the biome of thorns, I saw countless statues of a dark woman strewn about. The first time I saw this chilling sight, I immediately thought of Master's teachings.
Believing that the world runs according to the will of the gods is to deny ourselves mastership over our own lives. Remember this well, for there are no gods to save this world. And even if there were, what good would it do to put one's faith in them?
Why did those words come back to me at that particular moment? Were these the gods Master warned me of?
Statues of a dark woman stretched out as far as he could see. Why does that sound so familiar? Were they statues of the Dark Goddess?
Oh!
The same that are currently found all over Odilita.
Has Oz been worshipping these? If she has been bowing before these statues,
Yes.
she has defied Master's teachings. No, she has corrupted them. How dare they bring such untested materials and idolatry into Atoraxxion, the stronghold of intelligence? How dare she feign passion for our cause after committing such atrocities? To think she joined us in the Gladius and clung to Vaha as he claimed yet another victory. I must report this immediately to Master Dehkia. I must prevent Yolo being tainted by her any further. But then, perhaps this is fate presenting me with an opportunity.
An opportunity? What kind of opportunity? Whatever did Syca mean by this? Come on, there must be more info somewhere. There isn't. Oh no!
Okay. Interesting.
Why just end here? It was just starting to get really interesting.
Yeah, shut up. Okay, telling us to hurry up and chase Silesra 1 minute, then dragging us into this hole the next. Now that I think about it, this cunning brat is more annoying than Martha. Why don't we do a runner and leave her here? Look over there. The exchange is now active. How is the stock exchange? Anyway, so what I wanted to say is basically Syca is like the nice guy Redditor, I swear to god.
The nice guy Redditor.
Yeah.
Exchange damage at 12%.
But because like
Procedures will not
the
be
issue
attempted.
is that
Make sure to repair.
Exchange damage at 12%. Repair procedures will not be
I
attempted.
was saying the issue here is that Ilexra, the dark and in my opinion this might be actually a hint about the fact that Black Desert doesn't have gods but follows the concept that there are some humans or mortal creatures in general that became so powerful or reached a place that gave them so much power, like in Arcade, that they ascended as gods.
Yeah, so essentially it's not that they're gods, just that they have like a pen, black star, and the bad follow god armor.
Yeah, like they enter in contact with creatures, like for example, I don't know, the mystic with Banha, the tamer with Hekulang, and so on. So somehow mortals that became superhuman, super mortals, and ascended to godhood.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The card hidden records.
The creatures of the abyss have clamped their jaws upon their prey. They do not let go until they have drained said prey entirely. I feel no remorse at draining ores in much the same way. It is only fitting for such a filthy betrayer as her to cling so despicably to Vaha, availing herself of his many-weapon blueprints, all so she could use them to build a legion for the goddess of darkness. She cares not for the master, nor any of us. Poor Ors. Pitiful, pathetic, poor Ors. And to think she told Vaha in person how she betrayed us. I'm going to make her tremble like an aspen leaf.
It is only a matter of time until I claim Vaha's blueprints as my own. The same blueprints the Master heaps so much praise upon. Soon I will emerge from the Gladius victorious, and so it is written. But why wasn't this in the Stronghold from before? Those blueprints of Vaha's that we were able to decipher. They're totally different to this record. Why?
Really? Why? What do you think?
Exchange damage up.
Let's see what Yaz thinks.
Time to put this big old brain of mine to work. Despite his threats, Orz didn't cooperate with Syca. She didn't hand over any of Vaha's actual blueprints. Ha! It's all fitting together like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. The records we found in the outside world also had Syca describe himself as forever second best, no? Oh, hold on a minute. Is it that the Thornwood Forest can only be burnt by the extreme heat of the sun? What's this? Thornwood Forest, extreme heat of the sun? Does the sun symbolize Vaha?
No. Ugh, talk about snail space. We should have brought Laffy along. This one keeps forgetting the main reason we're here in the first place. We can't stay here. We need to make our move now. Let's look for the Soul Magia to take us to the next area. But wait a second. There appears to be something written here. To reach the Cradle of the Abyss, Berurah, my weapons guarding the first area. I command thee with thine arid tentacle upon the first key. It appears that that's the last weapon of this biome. Oh, why don't we take a look at that Syca's eye over there? Of course, that one that's just specifically put like right over there. Wow, it's almost as if someone built this. Alright, let's see. Let's investigate this.
We have to create...
Yeah, but first I have to talk to you.
Atoll production ongoing.
Okay.
Power supply status satisfactory.
So the guy is... This was an encoded record, but it seems the steel's unlocked when Sycrakea entered into an idle state. You require Yolun Piece of Envy to summon Berurah. Use simple alchemy with Sycrakea Frigid Scale and an egg of the arid epoch ×2 to obtain it. Okay.
So, scale and...
Yeah, so you take the Sycrakea Scale and egg of an arid epoch, meaning you need to kill the sharks, and the thing is,
yep.
You need 2 and 2. There you go. You see I have Yolun Piece of Envy. And now I can summon the boss.
Power supply status satisfactory.
And funnily enough, you don't see any sound effects of the summoning cutscene.
Yeah, a bit buggy.
Don't worry, guys. This class is... His class is broken as fuck, man.
Told you wouldn't have had issues.
Yeah. Like, now so much of me suffering in Arena of Solar makes sense. Every time I was fighting Sage, it was basically the Sage class in Arena of Solar event were the only ones who could 1v3 the entire thingy. And now I understand why. This thing is disgusting. Like, you can teleport around so much and have so much
And we have the same fucking gear, by the way.
Yeah. This is to show what happens if you play like a more meta class that does more damage than the other. Like, I swear to God, and it's not like these are difficult combos, just so you know. That thing looks beautiful, but I just press F forward, Shift Q, Shift F. That's it. Like, it's not like the Corsair where I have to like click, left click and right click to like shoot as fast as possible, and I'm dependent on the amount of bullets I get to get my reset.
That's why I'm saying the whale will be so fucking long to do for me.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for the whale. It's in this one or in the next one? No, it's this one, right?
The whale is this one.
Hello, Mao. Good
It's
luck.
the next one, I guess. Also the last one. Oh my, that was stupid compared to the others. Let's keep going.
Yeah, alright. Oh, I guess we have to... Okay. Near the Well of Dark and Dawn, the Soul Magia that devised the biome lays destroyed.
I've told him that Orz has betrayed us. That corrupted as she is by the goddess of darkness, her actions will bring destruction upon all of us here in Atoraxxion. Yet, why does Vaha remain lackluster? Have they talked secretly with one another already? No.
No.
It can't be.
The
Would have
choppy.
spotted it easily. Since then, Orz hasn't taken a single step outside of the Thornwood Forest. They've completely ignored my threats. Which means Vaha too has accepted this truth. And we're to be the final defense? How can Atoraxxion ever hope to defend against the Dark Invaders?
This is known as also being a doomer.
Kyber, and hexahedra, and circulation. Warning. Weapons control.
Red Spirit? No?
Yeah, sorry, it was one. Hey, I know that this was gonna happen. It eventually didn't go the way you wanted it to, did it? The Soul Magia has been destroyed, so that veil, the Dark and Dawn, seem to have disappeared. I think we can just go past it. Let's go to the next area, Syca's grave.
What a doomer.
Yeah,
I can call it Syca's grave, come on.
yeah. Keep hugging everything from left to right to see the
Yeah, same.
first ancient stone. A Vahmalkea style slate.
All Dehkimas must combine their strength when the Dark Invaders are upon us. All Dehkimas must preserve the knowledge they acquire from Atoraxxion. And God is...
Atoraxxion.
All Dehkimas
Atoraxxion.
must respect each other's biomes, and never enter without permission of their respective overseers. All Dehkimas must refrain from developing personal feelings for any other Dehkima.
This ancient script. Familiar, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. You
These were left by
just
Vaha.
phone in. Why
No doubt
don't you?
about it.
Tell me, how did she go past of all of the things we went through?
Having won every Gladios, Vaha was pretty much the de facto leader of the Dehkimas.
Hello, Martha.
In fact, it was at a point when he could claim to be a living copy of their master, and none would dare say otherwise.
Assistant, explain yourself. What's the meaning of this? How dare you go on ahead and just leave me there all by myself? Do you know how much I struggled trying to bring these two slow coaches here?
I agree. I can't believe you couldn't show some patience and... Hey! What happened to our brilliant team spirit?
I've discovered quite a few of Syca's records. Actually, you'd be surprised at just how many. But all those undecipherable records I also discovered. Who'd have thought they all belonged to Syca too?
It was also Syca who coined the term Stronghold of Sinners for Atoraxxion, which reads entirely differently to the records we last saw in Vahmalkea.
I think I know why it was written like that. It's probably because nothing ever went his way. But wait a sec. What's that smell?
This reminds me of the time I ate those poisonous mushrooms in the forest of the pointy-eared tree huggers.
Holy Forest?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Holy Forest, yeah.
Everyone, look over there.
What is this?
Holy Forest.
Is this supposed to be hell? When I was imprisoned at the Crypt of Resting Thoughts, I told those Ahib lot to go to hell. If I'd have known this would be it, I'd have spent more time coming up with better insults to her.
Luffy, now's not the time to enjoy the view.
Huh? Martha? Martha, what's wrong?
Oh no, Martha has failed another pen enchantment. She's going crazy.
That Syca's record I read this morning,
Tend to Martha, who just collapsed.
escape me. Rux Maha Dehkia, you are my master. No longer. You are lost in your own delusions. Old man. The end times was pure fiction, wasn't it? Can I be saved from the stronghold of sinners? For Atoraxxion, What lies hidden beneath his...
I hate when they do that.
Wait, was I crying? Did I say something just now?
Oh, like I keep saying, a choppy in the moonlight, that one. Even still, I think it's time we definitely got a move on.
I think Martha Kien is an alter ego of Ilesra.
Everyone could be an alter ego of Ilexra. And by the way, several things are called the same way without correlation in Black Desert, because I swear to God, they just take like words from other languages, they slap them together, and they are good with it. So, like...
Yeah.
Oh, it seems I was seeing things just now. Stop staring! God, how embarrassing.
Yeah, of course. See what else has to say?
There's got to be a thread here somewhere. Ah, over there.
Oh yeah, of course. Let me just see my eye beyond the cave.
Yeah, can't you see that very specific coral that looks a little bit different?
Hope whatever's ailing her isn't contagious. Assistant, it seems you're the only one I can rely on. Well, Assistant, what are you waiting for? You can't expect me to do it. Or have you already forgotten your main duty is to protect this super cute genius?
When you are so toxic that your toxicity lingers around and infect people going in your constructions.
I swear to God.
I hope whatever's ailing.
Totally not contagious, bro. Don't worry. Surely this will not end up like a situation around the time that this was released, right?
Let's pray.
Look, we also seem to be poisoned, but because I have a healing, infinite healing potion, I don't care. Fun fact, the last time I didn't. Syca's eye. Investigate Syca's threads, Stelagia. The Stelagia that looks slightly different to the threads you observed in both Vahmalkea and Sycrakea.
What's up with this thread? I've never seen
Oh, I
anything
remember
like
this
it,
one.
have you? It somehow seems newer than the others. Look here. The ancient characters are much easier to read, aren't they?
Yeah.
Unable to gauge.
Yeah, we get it. It doesn't work. Let's see what else has to say.
Finally, the day is upon us. The last duel will now commence. The winner of this final gladius will take the heart of Orzekea. As to what the heart of Orzekea is, well, I will tell you tomorrow before the gladius begins. May each and every one of you sleep soundly.
Aw, isn't that cute?
Wait a darn minute. We've read this before. Didn't we find this back in
I mean,
Lost Paradise?
the whole point is that in each biome you have different people basically telling the same events from their point of view. That's the point of the record. So yes, of course you'll find things mentioned before, because as Vaha entered the gladius, so the other did. So of course Vaha is going to tell the gladius from his perspective, and the other architects are going to tell the gladius from their perspective. Like,
Yeah.
don't treat the player like it's retarded. Thank you.
Why is it written here as well?
Do you suppose the final gladius was ever held? I've done the place up just for you. What do you think?
What the? It's the White Witch!
To be frank, it was in terrible condition when I arrived. Needed a complete renovation. Look, do you remember this? The end of our last journey was in the deepest depths of the Historia ruins.
Invitation of
It was
Hermione.
there I bid you farewell, so I made this place in its likeness. Call it
No,
Saltwood
this is
if you
probably
will.
the
Stop
Hollow.
hiding and show yourself! Why do you keep doing this? That mean old witch. Where's she hiding? Where's that voice coming from?
You hear the sounds of clothes dragging. Of course.
Would you like to hear something amusing? That last thread is not the original. No, the original was destroyed by Syca himself long ago, all but preventing progression through this zone. Oh, but what a pitiful end to our tale that would have been. You who have defeated Lucretia and awakened Atoraxxion. I knew it. You would never let me down. Now, just
Never
as
gonna
then,
give
my
you.
faith in you never faltered. So I left that meager gift just for you. What do you think of it? You have worked so hard to get here after all.
Oh no,
I can't
she's
let
still
this become
posing.
an obsession, though. Make your sacrifices
Really?
count for naught. So,
I mean, she's floating.
should you ever wish to take another breath, you should probably unravel the thread I've prepared for you. Don't believe me? Well, it's not like you have a choice, do you? I mean, look at your friends slowly being consumed by the obsession themselves.
What's your game here? Is this another trap? Why won't you give us a break, you cold-hearted old Thogan? And stop speaking in riddles all the time. A joke isn't funny if you're the only one laughing at it.
My only desire is for you to discover what lies beneath the Atoraxxion you have awakened. If that still piques your curiosity, unravel this thread, then come to me at Syca's Cradle. I shall be waiting for you, waiting and making final preparations for the festival that heralds the transformation of the whole world as we know it.
Because let's remember,
That's my pride to admit it, but there's nothing else I can think of.
because let's remember that the whole plan of Ilesra is not to destroy the world, is something far more vague, which is subvert the order of the world. Also, one of the legitimate questions was how the fuck Ilesra knows how to fix the things in Atoraxxion, how to move through Atoraxxion and so well. Well, there is a theory shared in the lore community of Black Desert, according to which Ilesra might be Orz, the last architect of the four we've encountered. And that's why probably Orzekea will be one of the latest expansion of BDO. In support of these theses, there is of course the fact that Ilesra seems to know so many things about Atoraxxion. She can even fix threads, which like, who but an architect would be able to do such thing? Also, there is another detail. If you look at the design of Ilesra, she has very specific encryptions around her neck. And that tattoo, that encryption, seem the one of the symbols you find around Atoraxxion. So, perhaps.
Perhaps, but then how would you explain her childhood? Technically, we know she was in Tarif and everything, right? As a child.
She was already... No, she wasn't a child. She was a young adult.
Gotcha.
And also, you know, the architects, in theory, did all of these while being teenagers, because we know that the construction of Atoraxxion happened during their puberty. So when they finished Atoraxxion, they were probably, I don't know, 17 or so.
I gotcha.
And we know that she was a maid at the castle of Medea, so she couldn't be a child. She had to be at least a sort of young adult or so, like a teenage. And also we have the issue that thanks to the Magnus, the time and place is displaced. The time and place is displaced in Atoraxxion as well due to the Maha. And in fact, the choppy quoted in the records of Vaha is still hopping around in Sycrakea.
Yeah, which is like, we find it weird because who is this choppy?
Technically, the choppy is the one quoted in the records of Vahmalkea.
Yeah, but I was not saying that is because it's so weird, right? Like there's choppy and it's still there, and usually choppies don't live that long because we eat them, but it's okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, so you see I had to exit and now I have to talk with Yaz again. Do you see
Yep.
how like...
Yeah.
What? A festival? The transformation of the whole world? What's she talking about? What's this all mean? Considering her track record, whatever she said it for a reason. Ugh, she's
No
sending
way.
this little genius on another goose chase.
Okay, whatever that means.
Assistant, hurry up and unravel this thread. These architects, they just had to design it like this, didn't they?
Actually, they didn't, but okay.
Darn it! Doesn't look like we have any other choice. And I doubt Martha and Larthy can take much more of this. And neither can I for much longer. Let's hurry and find a clue from Syca's records.
My 2 eyes that saw your disheveled form. My 2 ears that heard your feeble, deep breaths. My 2 hands that grasped your torn clothes. My 2 legs that brought me to your insufferable valley.
No.
I don't blame you. But I did blame myself for confronting you when you shouldn't have been confronted. I shall bury myself along with the destroyed remnants of the place I made while thinking of you.
What the heck?
What a drama queen.
Nonsense poetry is this?
Yes,
Assistant, hurry up
fucking
and unravel this
stupid.
thread. These architects, they
Yeah, whatever.
A talk production ongoing.
Oof.
Transmitting next command. Carrying out self-destruction of Syca's graves Dehkimas. Command failed. Permission denied. Architect Syca. Overseer Ilesra. Permissions do not match. Session will now end.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh my. Almost gave me a heart attack. Self-destruction? I really thought we were gonna explode then.
God, I
Guess
wish.
that witch was right. Why did Syca... Huh? There's a new record here.
That night, the fullest moon ever to rise over Sycrakea since its completion, appeared in the night sky. That was the night I came to learn about everything. I had no choice but to face the truth that everyone had agreed to the new rules Vaha, that scum, had implemented. The fact Yolu had also agreed ate away at me most. That she saw Vaha, the despicable fool, as the center of the world. That this space, which I made for her and her alone, had been made in vain.
No.
The drama
Our
queen.
next encounter fared no better. When one afternoon I found myself in Yolu's valley. Of all the days I could have sought her out, it had to be this one. And she was not alone that day. Bathed in the lavish glow of moonlight, I found her in Vaha's arms. Her smile was so radiant, certainly one she had never shown me before. She looked so happy. But why was she with Vaha? What about Vaha and Orz? Was that all an act? Vaha wasn't at all shaken by Orz's betrayal. That spoke volumes of the depth of trust between them. But what about me? What am I to
What
do
about
in this
us?
stronghold? Yolu, why did you give that light stone to me? If you were going to do this, why did you seek me first? Why?
So this is basically a typical Redditor who also thinks, yeah, girl was nice to me once, she must be in love with me.
The waitress.
The waitress said hi and smiled, she's in love with me. Like, first of all, if you don't tell your intention to other people, guess what? They can't read your mind, okay? So if you sit in the back of the room and you're always like, well, staring at them, it's not gonna happen. Swear to God?
Oh, did I decipher that correctly?
God, I hope not.
What? Wow, what was that? Wow, just wow! Weren't they all orphans of war?
Yes.
To be taken in only for this to happen.
I mean,
Then I realized I was standing on a scrap of fabric. Fabric from Yolu's clothing. And beside that fabric, a dagger. As my eyes focused, I saw words engraved on it. My love, Vaha. With the goddess of darkness's permission, our paradise will be complete. There was only one person capable of writing such words. Orz. The time for explanations has now long passed, for a vast maelstrom of anger rages in my heart. Vaha must be eliminated.
There weren't any records like this in Vahmalkea, were there? Vaha spoke mostly of Orz and her alone. But
Yeah.
what exactly was going on between Vaha and Orz? Where did Rux find these kids? Anyway, now isn't the time for that. The pungent gas seems to be dissipating. Come on, assistant. You go defeat those weapons lickety-split, while I take care of Martha and Lottie. Got it? Oh, I hope they're not...
by the way, what is the dagger Syca is talking about?
The precious dagger!
Exactly, the dagger that you need to enter the last section of Vahmalkea.
Oh, Asian weapons are not so hard to defeat, because I probably skipped this. But partner, I don't think the ones emitting a stench are what we should be worried about. The same text is here. To reach the Cradle of the Abyss, Serpen, my weapon that guards the second section, I appoint your burning tentacle as the second key. Hey! This looks like the last weapon of this section. If you don't want to run around wasting time, go check Syca's eye. Well, that brat will need to wait here while we take care of this, but that's nothing to worry about. Because in fact, we are very original writers and it's totally not the same thing repeating itself over and over since the Vahmalkea.
And by the way, I was wrong. The whale should be in Yolunakea.
Okay. So I need Yolun piece of envy, Yolun piece of cruelty. And we have it. No,
Yeah, we have to kill some mobs on the outside before, because we need the piece from them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go kill the Malapaka. Come here.
Okay, how many? Only one?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
What's the recipe?
So, oh, let me see. Whatever. I'll go check because let's see, cause knowledge. Let's see. The fallen rock. Yes, knowledge. The fallen slanted rock. It should be next to the thingy.
By the way, my FPS just like
Yeah.
died. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine as well.
Ah, perfect. So it's the place probably.
Ongoing. Power supply status satisfactory.
So you need one piece of cruelty and two. Okay, so you need 2 frigid scales, 2 fearful epoch. Okay, so oh, I have only one. I have 20 there. Okay, let's go defeat more. Oh yeah, I love when my FPS goes poof poof.
Yeah, I think they bugged something here.
Yeah, because no one does Sycrakea, so they don't care. Come on, monsters, come on.
Because like it wasn't like this before.
You are right, it wasn't. It wasn't lagging here before, not like this.
Let me check.
You need 2 pink and 2 scales.
Pink and 2 scales.
And the way you get the eggs is when you defeat the scorpions, the
Okay.
pink ones. So 2 fearful and 2 frigid scale. Yeah. So you do simple alchemy, egg of fearful epoch, plus the frigid scales, and then you. There you go, and then you have the piece of cruelty. Then remember that before these bosses you can always pop like the little elixirs that they gave you. I mean, don't do much, but better than nothing. Yeah, damn. Oh, and here they already spoiled that you can change the vision range of a boss. Let's see if I get lucky. Give me the... No. Oh, lordy.
Okay, so simple alchemy.
Simple alchemy, 2 pink, and the scales.
Okay.
To create the second tentacle.
Okay. And then I put them all together.
No, this second tentacle is what you need to summon the boss. With Syca's Avarice. Serpen. Wow. Serpen. Spoiled by the...
Oh, this will be long. Mainly with this FPS, I swear to god.
Fun fact, in Black Desert, your damage and game logic is tied to your FPS.
Isn't it beautiful? Totally not Zvariak in an ancient weapon version.
Totally. Just be careful with this poison cloud. I think does a lot of damage.
I'll try my best. What can I say? Can't guarantee with this FPS no.
Damn, I fucking beat him like he owed me money. Wasn't even funny, it just...
Yeah, totally Zvariak, by the way.
It is, yeah, it is, but like this is a moment like where they recycle a bit of the older bosses, which I don't mind, considering that you can't do them anymore, but...
Well, you can. Zvariak is intriguing, my love.
Oh, yeah. No, because you know they removed the boss scrolls and all that.
Yeah, they even put Zvariak in the Magnus.
I mean, it is a cool boss, you know. Looks cool. That was not very useful though.
Martakin?
Yeah, Maleficent. I'm waiting for you. Just a wee bit.
I hope the next section won't have the same issues of FPS.
It's like, come guys, do Atoraxxion, please. Everyone loves Atoraxxion, right? Also them. Aha! You idiot! Enjoy 10 FPS. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's really not.
Thank you. Just give me a few minutes, though. Oh, and that little display of mine earlier. Let's never speak of it again. Okay?
Thank you for
I
this
can
knee
keep
shot
this
of
to
Marta.
yourself, right?
Those
Got a
knees,
respectable
man.
reputation, after all.
Martha, did that gas shrink your brain to the size of a choppy's? You didn't even notice I was here. Oh, over there. Isn't that a choppy? And under a full moon, too. Ah, Martha's personality has taken physical form right before our eyes.
It is cool because like you can see the blue moon in the sky.
Yeah.
This is quite the team we have here, don't you think? Oh, even here, you're all slowly testing my patience.
Yeah, of course, we're testing your patient. Yeah. And your knees, apparently.
So cute! What are you doing here, little fella? Oh, I would have thought we'd meet a choppy here, of all places. Constantly surrounded
Vaha.
by all these hideous machines. This is exactly the sort of soothing sight my frayed nerves needed. Do you remember that record in Vahmalkea about the creature that tore a rift in the Maha Dehkia had constructed himself? Do you think this is the same creature? That it stayed alive all this time? Oh my goodness! Just how old are you, you fluffy ball of loveliness?
Because the time and place are not the same. Like in Lordran, basically.
Now I know why Eden's always on edge.
Martha, stay focused! Repeat of your little episode just now. We need to get after Alezra. This little genius is done resting. So hurry up and tell us about the records you found in the outside world. I'm just dying to know more.
Okay, I got it. First, Atoraxxion is the stronghold of sinners.
Okay, let's see.
This record of Syca's, titled At the Fragmented Ivory Tower's End, was recorded after some ancient trial had just concluded.
Abundant grains doth fill our warehouses to the rafters, and fragrant wines doth fill the night air with their aroma. This all be thanks to the merciful Agris, whose blessing doth give us such bountiful harvests. The sweet nectar of life doth be eternal, so why doth thou shun Agris's mercy, and frighten the good people with thine clouded gaze?
Doom. The comet which orbited the North Star, the countless blood-red eyes glinting from within, did I not tell of the coming star of destruction? For in 3 days they shall turn these fertile lands into ash. How can I look away from the coming destruction?
Poor Syca. The outside world Rux taught the lad of in Atoraxxion was quite different to the one he must have experienced for himself.
Also because, like, again, they were covered with the Maha, so the time and place outside and inside in Atoraxxion is different.
Yep.
And Syca would reveal all, confidently. However, there were consequences for each word he uttered.
Again?
Stop! What did thou sayest? They be the words of that charlatan that doth reside atop the ivory tower, raving madly of dark creatures and even darker times to come. Verily, they doth be his words. The words of the ivory tower lunatic. Thou, who art thou?
Romeo.
It was the first time he'd ever heard anyone refute the end times. I can only imagine the shock Syca must have felt. There's even records of the ancients trying to imprison Syca for his sedition, ironically, in the very same cell his master Rux had been imprisoned in, and was the first to escape from. and Syca would reveal all.
Okay, let's
Confident.
continue.
Fenhouse Atoraxxion. At the end of despair, hope shall bloom. I am of Atoraxxion, the stronghold that shall repel the Dark Invaders and prevent the end of days they would rot. I am the architect of Atoraxxion Sycrakea. I am also the disciple of Rux Maha Dehkia.
Rux, that crazed madman. Did he raise disciples simply to enact his vengeance upon the world?
Look to me, O disciple of Rux. Thine eyes doth lack the glowing lunacy of the false prophet. We believe not that the end times approach, despite the sonority of Rux's prophecies. So tell us, young one, why doth thou wander aimlessly? And this Atoraxxion thou speaketh of, 'tis a stronghold?
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty cringe, isn't it?
Yeah, because like I understand that when they want to pass the idea that something happened in the past, they use the ancient English, but it just cringe because like it was completely another language technically.
Yeah.
And at the end of the trial, disbelief, rage, frustration, lethargy, and disgust. Syca hurled these emotions into the river of Agris, then scooped up a cup of Agris and swallowed it whole.
Oh.
Aye, and at the end of the trial, Syca was reported to have declared, "I am a disciple of a monster, and yet my eyes are open to the truth. Hear me, world. Atoraxxion is a stronghold of sinners."
The ancients exonerated Syca, though, of course, this mercy came at a cost. Syca taught the people all that he knew, even details regarding the Protechea, where Rux remained in slumber. And so, the struggles of the scholar who strove to prevent the end times were revealed to the world in the most absurd of manners. Atoraxxion is the stronghold of sinners. Syca left this record after the trial.
When the story is so good that even the little fish on the background comes to listen.
Yeah. It was like, toots, toots.
Finding out the stronghold you had spent your entire life was founded on lies. Even I would have found that difficult to deal with, super cute genius that I am and all.
And yet, if we look at a different account left by Syca, we see that he hesitated much before heading out into the city. I'm not certain exactly why he acted that way. We may be missing something very important here.
And if we're to find that missing piece of the puzzle, we'll probably need to find a way out of this place first. Now, you look at that. Think we could make it out of here in one piece? Let's see here. It reads as Syca's throat. Oh, while you were crushing those bothersome tin cans, I was studying this. If we just
But in the
throw
text
in
is
blind,
written
they will be
Syca's
roasted
prayer.
like a bug cuckoo bird on an open fire, well done and ready to be gobbled by an ancient weapon.
I suppose a thread is our key out of this then. They have been so far. There we are. If we can unravel that thread over there, I've no doubt we'll get through unscathed. We'll keep an eye on that narrow corridor. Who knows what'll happen once you unravel that thread.
Essentially, they want to be next to the door, so when we unravel the thread, they can just go in. And
Goodbye FPS.
operate the piece of Syca's thread. You can feel a weak vibration running up your fingertips. There are clicking sounds coming from inside the device. Okay. Just gonna activate. Wait. There's another piece. Okay, there is just. Okay. Screw exploring. Just go to the point.
Ator production
Access the
also
saved data.
reconstructing new influx of data. Confirming merge data.
What?
You okay?
Yeah. Is that I should activate the thread?
Biological data store. Biological data
Oh yeah, sort of. Force start the Stellage.
Transmitting next command. Opening Syca's throat. Proceeding with command complete. The throat will be blocked momentarily.
Okay, now you're running it. I don't know, it was bugged for me the first time. I didn't have the options.
No, it's not bug. You have to talk to it and then the option will pop. Like, they changed it very, very bad.
Ooh.
Don't worry, there's no need to scout ahead this time. We are in this together. After all, we've only made it this far along this path of death because of you, since you keep rushing over to see if we're safe. Isn't that right, Assistant?
Cringe.
Did I stutter, Assistant? Don't give me that look! Oh, and I've discovered something really interesting. There's no records of Yolu here in Yolun's Eye.
The final Gladius and the heart of Orzekea. Upon hearing the shocking news from Master, my head became as blank as a sheet of parchment. Vaha, Yolu, Orz, and Master. Before I could make sense of one complication, another would thrust itself upon me. Yolu, Vaha, Vaha, Yolu. I forced down the disgust that was rising within me. I had to forget it. Forget it all. And just do my best. We need to defeat the Dark Invaders. For that is the sole reason for my existence. And yet, I can't bear to be in the same room as scum like Vaha. I shall halt the coming end by my strength alone.
I was right, wasn't I? Luffy, this is what's known as intuition. Syca had gathered his thoughts and was focused. And yet, why did he end up betraying his Stronghold comrades?
Really?
Fair enough, lass. I'll give you this one at least. Just don't go making a habit of it, right? Now what do we have here? Look, it's another exchange.
Oh, another exchange. Our favorite. Oh no.
Oh, there's no time for this. Focus, genius, focus.
Hocus pocus. There's a pizza on your lotus. Right. This thread is larger than the one you've seen thus far. As usual, there's a hint on how to unravel the thread.
Oh, finally! Something regarding the heart of Orzekea. Huh? What's this? It's about Dehkia and something called the final lesson.
My dear beloved Dehkimas, soon the final Gladius shall be upon us, and so I bestow upon you this final lesson. Behold, the heart of Orzekea. The heart of Orzekea is the Kive that provides this stronghold with its main source of power. It is this same power that will reconstruct my flesh 49 years from now. Therefore, to prevent its exposure to the Dark Invaders, I have hidden it well away from straying eyes. Right now, it is powered down and provides only the bare minimum of power. But on that last day, this heart shall reveal its true form.
So it's an engine, basically.
Yep.
It's able to supply all this power even in a deactivated state. Then just how much power does the heart of Orzekea supply when fully operational?
It's basically a nuclear reactor.
Huh? Wait a second. What does this mean? Martha? Martha? Martha! I haven't misread this, have I? Come on, read the next bit.
Yes? Where was I? Let's see. The last day. When the Stronghold awakens.
On the last day, when the Stronghold awakens, the 100,000 strong legion of Ators shall rise from the depths, and whomever does control the heart of Orzekea shall take command of this 100,000 strong legion.
No, 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 no,
The
no,
heart
no, no,
shall
no,
be
no.
a source of power for now and evermore. But should the worst occur, and the heart be destroyed, then hope will cease to exist in the world. I shall regard such a day as Atoraxxion's ultimate defeat. Yet, even In such dire straits, I will refuse to yield to the Dark Invaders.
That was a lie.
So to extinguish these vile creatures once and for all,
Those famous words.
I shall transmit with the last of my strength a signal to all Ators, releasing all constraints on their power. All operational circuits shall be burnt out, and the Ators will receive the final command of destruction.
Command over 100,000 Ators. Command of destruction. No, it can't be. Does that mean the Legion would begin mercilessly slaughtering everything and everyone?
No.
Or explode like a lot of nukes.
Yeah.
The heart of Automachia. So that's why she wants it. To unleash the Ators upon the world.
Well, there's no ground trembling or the like to suggest she's in command of anything just yet. But it's probably not a bad idea to get the heart before she does.
Oh, no.
So
No
stop
way.
trembling and unravel that thread already.
Unable to.
And as we can see from the Kaivelan, this is the puzzle.
Pew 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 pew. Pew pew.
Match the lights and have fun.
Yeah,
It's actually one of the few threads that I actually enjoy, this one.
So basically, there's a light, and it needs to pass through all the fragments. Okay. The issue is that the light only gets reflected through opposite fragments, and it will pass through identical. So if you push through the yellow, then the light will pop from the yellow, and you need to do it so that every thread.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Fun fact: it's been over 4 years basically, and we still haven't had any progress on those Ators.
And apparently you need the Unix because the Unix is the fuel?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That nasty old...
No, sorry.
Ator production.
Skip.
Transmitting next command. Sycrakea completely sealed. Command failed. Requires Dehkia's permission.
Really?
Well, we already solved them once, so we
No.
have the knowledge.
No, I meant command failed requires Dehkia's permission. Like, really? I am Dehkia, goddammit. I'm special.
Fuck you, I guess.
What? Completely sealed?
What's this sus camera angle?
Here's the next
They
level.
bugged all the positions
I
here, I
shall
swear.
reveal to you the most important function of the heart of Atoraxxion, my
It's a heart.
beloved Dehkimas, whom shall be heralded as heroes on that last day. The heart of Atoraxxion shall serve as the vessel for all of you to share your thoughts. Emotions. Its function
Sensate.
shall serve to draw upon your strengths and build upon your weaknesses. Heed these words. You must fight together as one. Repel
Meanwhile,
the
them
Dark
hating each
Invaders
other
from
guts.
these lands
Yeah.
and welcome the coming of the new world together with me. Tonight, I shall awaken the Stronghold and raise the Black Moon to simulate the final day of battle. And from within, I shall hold the final gladios. Only the bloodshed and the spirit of fierce competition will activate the heart of Atoraxxion. The last to remain
very
shall
healthy.
emerge victorious and shall be granted control of the heart of Atoraxxion.
Yes, of course, everyone knows that the only way to reach balance within people and have them fight together is to put them like one against each other and have the stronger survive. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I wonder.
Shares their thoughts and feelings. Sounds pretty scary. Not sure I'd want to try it.
Share their thoughts and emotions. Huh. And yet, Syca loathed them all. That must be the very reason why he fled the Stronghold. This is it.
Is that really important right now? Where's the heart of Automachia?
Hey, there's an exchange over there. Why don't we start over by taking a look at that?
Oh, I can't stand this anymore. Wherever could the heart of
Stop
Automachia
complaining
be?
and keep looking, maybe. Perhaps.
So fun fact, we don't know where it is. I'm just chest here. Syca's treasure chest. We can't use it because they.
Valhalla has never lost to Gladius, not even once. No doubt he will win again this time. And that, of course, means the heart will go with him. Then, on that fateful final day of battle, we will be forced to share our thoughts and emotions to fight under his command. Bastard will then know everything. My feelings for Yolu. Everything. But that's not important. The major issue here is what lies within the head of that hypocrite. His disgusting thoughts will fill up inside my head. I cannot abide to the Master's plan. I have no intention of sharing my thoughts and emotions with the likes of Baha. I can never do that. Never! I'd rather be dead. Did I say? Dead!
So he didn't. We can extrapolate from this information that he didn't take it too well.
Indeed.
And so Syca ran off. Then where the heck did the heart thingy end up? You know what? My old body of mine. That which will get the heart before we do. Or that which will get the heart before we do. If we have to keep carrying these squabbling freeloaders. They're probably wasting time rummaging through more dusty records as we speak. But come now, this ain't our style, right? Let's go on ahead. We're bound to find answers somewhere, hehe. Trust me, when have I ever been wrong? Quite often, actually.
Okay, now we have to insert Syca's contorted tentacle in Syca's grave soul magia to go to Syca's glare. In order to do that, the fuck are you going? Go back. First of all, you have to put the piece of envy, the piece of cruelty, the Syca Aris tentacle, and the Syca's burning tentacle. In line.
In line.
In line. Yes.
Alright, let's see.
Like this.
Like this. See? Easy.
And you're going to obtain Syca's contorted tentacle, the key to enter Atoraxxion Sycrakea, Syca's glare. Crafted by Syca, the architect of Sycrakea, this key was designed to allow the bearer entry into the cradle, but prevents anyone but Syca himself from taking anything out.
Okay, so now we can. No, it's not this one, because the thingy, the soul magia is this way. Yeah. You see what I'm?
Did you talk to the Black Spirit?
It says investigate the soul magia and points me here, so come here. Yeah. I understand why the guy ran, you know. I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
Solo to Syca's glare.
Energy circuits, normal operation confirmed.
Goodbye. Wait. Oh, it's the whale.
Oh fuck, is the whale.
Oh fuck, it's the whale.
Whale, whale, whale.
That's gonna take a really long time. Wailing.
Dark and dawn, no.
I'm going quickly to the bathroom. You started the chat. I'll be right back.
I can't go in. Oh, I got in. Alright, folks, it's time for us to get a whale. Psych, I'm running past it. That's right. Screw this whale. Can't see me. It worked. Alright. Yeah. You see, it's a very peculiar boss fight because you can just run past it. But guess what? You will have to kill it. There's no shortcuts in here. It's beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful final boss. Look at it. A really big whale. The one for the shark, actually, you know, guys. Or a nice Ator. Maybe a Ator Siren, something like that. Me. Let's take the voice. Alright, so. Okay. So. When you go through, you'll have to run past the whale first.
Yes, I know.
Gamba receive, gamba.
I deserve some chocolate for this.
So you have to run into the door. Because it looks like it's very bad. Wow, it was faster with you. The asshole. For me, I legitimately thought I was bugged. Okay.
On the day the Dark Invaders come, I shall leave this abyss to the rolling tides of fate. Access verification device error. Vahmalkea auxiliary circuit damaged.
Hehe, you absolutely lost our motivation. Do you remember Raha's words that we saw? However, on that fateful day when the Dark Invaders came, I was left to fend them off with my army alone. But hey, doesn't it feel weird? It's like the calm before the storm, isn't it? Yes, there is something very weird that has happened. Investigate the trace of Dehkia recorded on the Sol Magian Syca's glare.
My beloved Syca, I am not yet sure if you have collected your thoughts. The abundance of Agris you witnessed in the outside world is but a fragment of a dream, soon destined to burst like a bubble. I am certain of it. I have seen that day with my own 2 eyes, and yet they cannot see, and speak only of such. Soon, blackened skies, ashen winds, and crimson cries shall come and overwhelm your body, when all life in this world looks through eyes dyed red. Only the lanterns of hope, held by you Dehkimas, shall burn bright. My tender-hearted and innocent Syca, our journey together is soon coming to a close. On the day when 49 suns fall out of the heavens, you will need let loose the roar of the waves from this stronghold. All of your sadness and loneliness is my fault, and mine alone.
Fair.
So, I pray you are able to forgive this miserable and foolish master of yours. I have left a small token for you, perchance to soothe your bruised heart.
Perchance.
You shall find it in your beautiful garden. I hope it pleases you.
Okay.
Access verification device error. Vahmalkea auxiliary.
No. Let me in.
Yes, we have to do the thingy.
Yeah, we need to get the Yolun.
The thing that drops the whale.
Okay, I guess we have to resummon it.
Yeah. Resummon Apocros.
Yes, skip. Let me in.
Yay, such a beautiful cinematic. I really wanted to rewatch it. This is totally not going to take me a shit ton of time to do.
No.
No. Why, like, how could they think that the fucking whale was in Yolunakea? I'm not stupid, I promise.
It's because it was so bad that you basically remove it from memory, and I have experience with that. Look, I'm under the well and I can't damage it.
Yeah, because you have to move the little assholes next to the...
Get in there, you little shite. There we go. I mean, this boss fight is very easy with Sage because of how much...
Yeah, I know. Like, it's very easy for everything with range also. Come on, move.
I did half of its health already. Thing's nasty. Just get you in with it. Funny because I can just poking them with the spear in their booty holes. Need one more here. Where are they?
Move your fishy ass.
They're on the other side of the map. Isn't that like a nice thing? Oh, there's one there as well. Oh, you little shite. There you go. Okay, I got this, guys. You see, I can just... Oh, it's overcharged. So that means... Move what is...
Come on.
Okay, should be... Oh, okay. All of the systems have been discharged. Wait for it. Okay, now I can everything. Oh, really? Oh, because it's last phase.
Oh, I got it.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm destroying all the power system. Yeah, I love when my attacks go through. So.
Then we get the Yolun dagger, the key to enter Atoraxxion Syca's cradle. It is made of light stone that was crafted into a dagger for Syca to carry. It feels warm and soothing, but it is said to absorb the holder's will. And this is why, one of the reasons why Syca might have been so mad about kinda everything, you know. And we have to put the tentacles with the dagger.
Coming as well, I defeated that thing.
Yeah. I was just reading while you were doing things.
So I combine the dagger with the thingy and bada bing bada boom.
Yeah, then you talk with the Sog Magia and ask the
Follow to
access.
Syca's grind. Yeah, I
Yes.
got you, don't worry. Here we go.
Got a stroke after that final boss. No, not final. We still have one.
Piece of scraping knowledge.
The token the master had left buried in my garden was the dormant heart of Orzekea. I felt the sincerity of my master's words linger in my mind. And yet, in the end, I could not forgive all who resided in this stronghold. The last gladius shall never be held, and on that final day, all of us shall sink to the abyss together, along with this stronghold. Now,
Yay!
with the heart located deep within my cradle, never again shall it feel the warm rays of the sun. Ever again.
Syca obtained the heart of Vahmalkea. Dehkia wished to soothe Syca's troubled heart.
And yet.
But contrary to Dehkia's expectations, Syca decided to hide the heart deep within his cradle.
Syca's cradle operational at 100%.
There's Dehkia's letter.
Assistant! We'll be slowing you down. Can't you just go on ahead with that black spirit chum of yours?
Yes.
Yep.
I believe you abandoned us, traitor! How did I
I'm going to
find my way
slap
here?
the shit
I'm
out.
not telling you! What a mean thing to do! You're lucky I'm such a forgiving person. Now come over here and see what Martha found. It's Dehkia's letter. We found it in the corner of the exchange. It was apparently left here by Dehkia himself, along with the heart. Now pay attention. I leave the heart of Orzekea, the key to the battle on that final day, in your hands.
Miming.
Without you, there can be no final gladius, and the heart shall remain in eternal slumber. Our very fate rests on thin ice and risks sinking into the cold depths of the abyss without you.
Oh, I was about
The
to say, did we
heart
just
tends
crash?
the fate of the world, and I now leave that very weight in your hands. I hope this act will still the tumultuousness that exists inside your own heart. I shall not inquire of the matter any further if you return. So once those thoughts are settled, please return to me with the heart. Then, beneath the shining sun in the heat of battle, we shall wash away all that's come to pass and steady our resolve. On the day when 49 suns fall out of the heavens, I look forward to the roar of waves you shall release from this last stronghold. Dehkia entrusted the heart to Syca because he believed in him, and wished to undo all that had occurred between them. He firmly believed that Syca would return, had he not raised him from childhood after all. But Syca would never return, and took the heart to his cradle. Look! Over there is where Syca's weapon, presumably his last weapon, lays in slumber. It makes sense if that was the weapon guarding the heart, right? What do you think, assistant? Up to the task? In fact, don't answer. You must do this. You must recover the heart before Alezra does.
Okay.
Syca's cradle operates. Syca's cradle operational.
So
at
to Syca's
100%.
cradle.
Yep.
Remember, folks, to take if you do the quest, make sure that you do the main quest before entering. Otherwise, you're gonna be sad.
Yep.
Again, we talk with Yaz.
Last weapon Centilutos control device damaged. Controls offline.
Compared to Vahmalkea, which was patrolled by silent foes, the atmosphere of Syca's cradle is entirely different.
Oh, I need to catch my breath. My legs, they've turned to jelly. Give me a hand, will
To
you?
slap you for sure.
Yeah.
I knew it! Another ridiculously large Magia resides here. Is it me, or does something feel off here? Maybe it's just my nerves. What the? It's the White Witch! I need to catch my breath. My legs, they turn
Nu și-a
funny.
pierzut doar un maghiar.
Centilutos protects the last stronghold and ensures the masters of the stronghold take not one step outside. Centilutos protects the heart of Atomagea, so the masters of the stronghold may never claim it. Centilutos protects me, Syca, so the masters of the stronghold may never catch me. This must be the final resting place of the masters of the stronghold. That is your sole purpose henceforth. This was the final command instructed to Centilutos, the last ancient weapon of Sycrakea. Although he brought ruin to Atoraxxion, it is thanks to him that the heart is now in my hands.
Oh no!
Yolunakea claimed a portion of his heart, while Vaha earned all of its ire. But me, I just want to embrace that broken heart. Once I get to meet Syca, that is. Even still, you have my gratitude too, since you awoke this stronghold from Vahmalkea. And it is also thanks to you that I have completed the first steps to awakening the heart of Atomagea.
Hey, you! What evil are you planning to do with the heart? You can't.
He has to take a step forward with determination.
You know what lies beneath, don't you? The destruction they will bring. Yes, the 100,000 Ators. And soon, that legion will be mine. I did already warn you though, did I not? The final festival to rebuild the world.
Are you planning another 3 days of darkness? You can't! The suffering you've already inflicted!
The 3 days of darkness? Oh yes. That. Well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. It would hardly be fun if I told you all my plans now, would it? However, there is one thing I can tell you. It's something much, much grander, I can assure you.
This thing was like 100,000 Ators that can explode and basically nuke the planet off, and you're telling me darkness? No one cares about the 3 days of darkness. Get out of Medea, no one knows what it is.
The heart of Atomagea is of no use to anyone now, is it?
2 steps forward with determination.
Get the popcorns.
Yeah.
Final Gladius was never held. The heart's been dormant for far too long.
Yes, it has been dormant for an awfully long time, and I see no particular reason to awaken it now either. Oh, but that's a minor issue.
You can see that
For simply
Tatwa was
destroying it
talking
will-
about.
You already know what that would cause, do you not, child? But should you wish to see firsthand the merciless slaughter an ancient weapon is capable of, then just keep talking. Good. I must go now and find the second step necessary to activate this heart. Who knows, maybe we'll bump into each other again. Oh, and if you intend to follow me, you might want to deal with this one before you do. Centilutos has long contained the entirety of Syca's malice, and he's been waiting to share it.
Oh, it's a
just
he.
with you. I'm sure once it absorbs you
The
and
snake.
your incredible power, it will be a fine source of energy for the rest of Ators. Well, do your best for me. Me and my 100,000 Ators.
Okay, Lady Gaga, damn.
Activate them without the Dehkimas? But how? How is that possible?
If she's a Dehkima.
Assistant! You need to chase that woman! The fate of the world depends on it! Not yet! Deal with this slippery one first! I'll head back and check the records again. Maybe I missed something. This isn't fleeing from battle. Call it redirection of resources. You've got this, right? This'll be a breeze for someone like you. Hey, why the long face, assistant? You always do so well on your own.
Ator production
Okay,
ongoing.
insert the dagger.
Supply status. Ator
Going. Yes.
So I don't remember them. The mechanics of
Centilutos! Enter recharge mode!
Centilutos.
Please let me advance.
Dark Invader waypoint. Combat readiness increased to level 2.
So while fighting this monster, I got Berurah's Power Stone. Contains the source of Berurah's power, assumed to have been crafted by Syca, the ancient architect of Sycrakea. Laughable Mountain reports claim Berurah's Power Stone was used to draw in all electrical power nearby. I don't know why I have it and why it just expired, but it's something to do with it. Oh, and now I have Scroll of Syca's records, which gives me one... Oh, I got the first one. Knowledge. Yay! I love gambling for knowledge, don't you?
Yay!
Of course you do. We all do. What is knowledge if not something we gamble for?
Yeah, who have disturbed the silent sea and raised the sunken dawn.
Whatever that means. Aha! I found knowledge. I knew it that these guys would put knowledge in stupid places. They're little assholes, these guys. Just put knowledge where you wouldn't expect to find it. But guess what? I'm expecting the unexpected. I'm also just going around waiting for Lemma's victory.
Yes.
Lemma, have you had your victory dance?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow! You survived! I mean, I had no doubt in your abilities, assistant. I was right to take my leave. I chased after you as soon as the paradise opened, but there was no sign of Alethra. She's already made her getaway. Nor were there any signs of the architect of Sycrakea. I wonder where he might be. Hurry up and insert that key! This is the final soul magia to obtain a hint from. But how does that wretched witch plan to activate the heart?
Lots
She
of
has
love.
secret records we're not aware of, or Syca's time capsule. This soul magia might provide the answers we need. Hurry up and
Might it
insert
be
that
that
key.
she's one of the architects?
Last action. Heart of Atoraxxion.
Check the hidden records with the authority of the one who faced the sunken dawn.
Successful. I know not how much time has passed since I brought the heart of Atoraxxion here, and not to Gladius. I discovered a command deep within the heart, and after much study, I've succeeded in deciphering it. There is another means of activating the heart of Atoraxxion other than the blood of fierce competition you spoke of, and that is sacrifice. To lose something of myself for something other than myself. I assume that Master hid this on purpose, and yet, why? Why did he hide it here? With this means of activating the heart, there was no need for him to engage and appeal to me. Was it not he, after all, that sacrificed everything to repel the Dark Invaders? He who watched as the world turned its back on him? Why? Why?
I wonder if Dehkia withheld this from the Dehkimas because of how dear they were to him. He didn't care for his own life, but the lives of his disciples. They were clearly precious to him. Sacrificed, yes. Elezra already knew this. Of course she did. And I am now sure of it too. Elezra must have kidnapped all of the architects. These messages we found throughout the long, empty stronghold. Save me, get me out, and I'm waiting. They left those messages, but we've yet to encounter any of them. It has to be because the White Witch kidnapped them.
Never
That
bought
evil
this.
Elezra must be planning to sacrifice the architects to activate the heart of Atoraxxion. But wait a second. Another door just opened up. Yolunakea! It's described here as the forest which conceived the day. First the sun, then the abyss, and now a forest awaits us. We need to restock and get a move on. I'll hurry back and fetch Martha and Laffy. They're probably still distracted by the exchange, those oafs. But if we just leave them there, they'll get all pouty and cause a fuss again. But most of all, we need to save those poor architects and prevent the heart of Atoraxxion from being awakened. Assistant! You're with this little genius until the end, aren't you?
Of course, bro.
Last action. Heart of Atoraxxion. Deciphering Dehkia's
Secret
hidden
Silhouettes?
password.
Yeah.
Successful. My heart feels as if it will burst. I can't sleep. Why did I return? I was promised the abundance and freedom of Agris. Why did I return to this stronghold? I should have just left without any regrets. For the stronghold will soon be attacked. Not by the Dark Invaders, but by the very hands of those we had sought to protect.
Hong, hong, hong.
Last action. Heart of Atoraxxion.
Hey, there are 100,000 at halls if you end your blacksmith.
Yeah.
I cannot get my power taken away by a stupid piece of ancient weapon. Anyway, about the newly opened Yolunakea, why is it called the forest which conceived the day? Then there should be another place which conceived the night, shouldn't there? Am I going too far? Anyway, let's hurry and go after Elezra. I really do not want to see do not want to see that woman tear about. I always think so. Here you can choose between something that's worth 400 million or 150,000. Alright, guys.
Exit? Oh, see.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, folks. How do you get out? Oh, just log out here, my man. Yeah, just fun fact: if you change characters in Atoraxxion, it will take you back to the entrance in Ancient Stone Chamber. Just in case you wanted to have that piece of knowledge lodged deep within your back of your brain. There you go, see? I changed characters, but I'm still on the same character. Ah, there she is. There is Lemma doing her things. Anyway, so... Wonderful. Oh, okay, Lemma. Goodbye, Lemma. Lemma's gone. Where Lemma gone?
Come to the horse.
Oh yeah, you have a horse. Oh, yes, of course. I really can jump over him? Holy crap, this statue is made out of like God's material. Anyway, as I was saying, it doesn't really... You know... What was it?
I'm going back to Heidel while you talk.
Yes. The story of, again, like in the story of Atoraxxion, I get the concept and it would have played out nicely, but only if you were by ourselves. I'm hoping that in 20 years they're gonna rework this and completely remove the secret guards, because they serve no purpose. I don't know if they're different in Korean. Maybe the voice actors in English don't do them any justice, or maybe the writing is different. But in EU and NA, like, no one cares about them, and it makes it so that even the few people who read the story, which by the way there's not a lot, they read the wrong story, first of all, because they keep getting the wrong interpretation. They get one from the secret guard, and second of all, they can't take the story seriously, because again, this is supposed to be a dark fantasy. Think about having the daughter of the granddaughter of the village chief having nightmares about slaughtered mothers
Maidens and children.
As I was saying, mothers and children because they were sent as sacrifices for the crazed king who wanted to achieve immortality. Like, that thing is fucking metal, right? And then you just pull off this thing and like, hey, look, Yolu wanted to kiss with Vaha, but Vaha didn't care for Yolu. But then Syca wanted Yolu's pussy, and then Yolu didn't care for Syca. And am I reading this right? Why is Syca so mad at Vaha? And why does he hate Orze? Really? God, again, I understand some time has passed, because while the in-game time, technically, as I told you guys, like Lemma before, technically like 1 year, like, or less than a year has passed since the start of our adventure. Technically in real life it's been more like 2-3 years between expansions, right? You have to imagine, like, what, Vahmalkea came in 2019? Something like that?
Perhaps?
Either
2020 probably.
Yeah, then it was quite some time until you got the Sycrakea.
No, the Sycrakea was the one after, so like it was like 1 year or at the end of the year.
Yeah, again, quite some time. Because they're taking their sweet time. Because think about it, there is Sycrakea, and then it was a Mountain of the Eternal Winter.
Yeah.
And then you get Yolunakea.
The Magnus.
No, the Magnus, and then you
guess.
got Yolunakea.
Yeah.
And then you got Land of the Morning Light.
Yeah.
So you see that between, for example, Sycrakea and Yolunakea, there's been like 2 to 3 fucking things happening at the same time, which is the main issues of the story. Guys,
let's not talk about Orzekea.
What's Orzekea? We don't. Imagine if they rework Atoraxxion and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. 3 biomes only. The 4th one doesn't matter.
No, because the 4th one is kinda important, so they should really release it.
Well, we already need the rework of Balanos. Plus, we need they're putting the so we know the rework of Balanos has happened in the Korean server, and then they need to do Land of the Morning Light Part 2, which they said they were gonna focus on that first. So it means that we're already at 2 major, and we already had Lukita in between. Thus, Land of the Morning Light.
Yeah, basically between Yolunakea.
We had 5 expansions in between.
Yolunakea or Sycrakea?
Between Yolunakea and, well, they haven't released it yet, so... Orzekea.
Between Yolunakea and the future of Orzekea, we had like 2 big expansion. The Land of the Morning Light and Ulukita.
Yeah, but you also have the rework of Balenos in the middle, and count that one as well. It's pretty big.
Yeah, but the rework of Balenos was
Of Serendia.
Serendia still has to come out.
That's what I'm saying, because
So 3, okay, because Balenos was between Vahmalkea and Sycrakea.
yeah. Sorry, my bad. Is that? Let's see, like we're already at 3. I would say 4 as well, because you know Lukita part 1 and 2, but whatever. We'll just call it 1. But you see what I'm talking about? Like there's so many expansions happening.
But because physiologically it will be one of the latest things, because the latest patches shall complete the map and be the end of everything. So probably we will have Orzekea and then the Demon Land, where Hadum allegedly is.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, folks, thank you all for joining us in this wonderful adventure. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the night, whatever it is, and see you all next time when we will suffer through Yolunakea.
No, because we have the other things in the middle. We are going in order.
Ah, we're going in order. Thank God, Jesus
We
Christ.
have Land of the Morning Light
Yeah.
next.
It's okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, next time we're going... Month of the Eternal Winter first.
Mountain of Eternal Winter.
That one's...
Okay. It's my favorite.
Yeah, folks.
Bye.